McKenna Stacy with the Rebel rebound. She'll push all the way to the other end. Euro step up off the glass and in.
Rich Rebel basketball is on.
Kicks it out left corner. Thompson, long two. Got it. Rattles home. Wallenstein knocks it down. Rattles home a three from the right wing.
Coming off a third-place finish at last year's state tournament, the Lady Rebels return for the 2018-19 season with goals of taking it to the next level.
Her shot blocked by Sydney Hatch, and the Rebels come down with the basketball.
Coach Cody Lundgren returns for his fourth season on the bench, and with a young and athletic roster, the Rebels are ready to run.
Gives left wing to Thompson. Lauren steps up, shoots, and hits off the back of the iron and down through Lauren Thompson.
MyLocalRadio.com presents Rich Rebel Basketball on KADQ FM 98.3 Rebel Radio and live streaming video on MyLocalRadio.com. High School Hoops, presented by Rocky Mountain Yeti, Evanston Regional Hospital, Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, by West Star Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, by Jensen Wood Motors of Montpelier, Idaho, MyLocalRadio.com, Plains Tire, and by Pet Mineral Labs.
Offensive rebound, Eliana Brown with the putback.
And now, Rebel Roundball fans, hang up your boots, crank up the volume, and get ready to roll as we head courtside to join the play-by-play voice of the Rebels, Ryan STEINECKERT.
Good evening, Rebel fans. Welcome to Rich High School and Lady Rebel basketball on KDQ 98.3 FM and MyLocalRadio.com. Tonight, the Rebels step out of Region 22 play, hosting 3A's, one of the 3A Wyoming top teams, the Lyman Eagles. Rebels faced Lyman twice last year. We'll tell you more about how that game went during our pregame show. Tip-off is set for 30 minutes from now. In the meantime, we have your pregame show here on the Wildlife at MyLocalRadio.com.
If you had a toothache, would you see a foot doctor? Or would you go to the dermatologist to have a baby? Of course not. When your vehicle needs service, take it to the best qualified mechanics. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, our technicians are GM certified service experts. They're trained to know every inch of your vehicle. Don't trust your vehicle to just anyone. Have all your service done at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
If you've dreamed of owning your own beachfront property at beautiful Bear Lake, but think you can't afford it, think again, because you can. It's an investment you can rent that pays for itself, and you can enjoy it too. Realtor Gary McKee and the team at Bear Lake Realty can help make your dream come true. Visit with Gary today, because you'll never know unless you ask. Bear Lake Realty in Garden City. Visit BearLakeRealty.com. Back at Rich High School as the Rebels host the Lyman Eagles tonight. End of the third quarter in the JV game. The Rebels lead by 125-24. Freshman game, no contest. Rebels won 48-12 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Varsity action coming up in just a few minutes. And let's move along to our scene set. The Rebels come into this game at 13-3 overall. 3-0 in Region 22 play with wins over ICS, Tabiona, and Manila. Not necessarily in that order. Rebels average 45 a game, allow 37 per game, and that went up a little bit over the last couple of games, allowing Manila 60 points in overtime and then 66 points the last time they were in action against one of 2A's top teams, the North Summit Braves. North Summit in that game impressed me for sure. They took All right, welcome back. We had a bit of an internet issue there. I think we're back on. We'll have to keep an eye on that throughout the broadcast. But again, Lyman comes in at 2-0 in their conference play. They're in the 2A or 3A West Conference in Wyoming basketball. That's 3A hoops for Lyman. They're again 2-0 with wins last weekend at Big Piney. No contest there, 59-23, and then they also beat Pinedale 63-48. The Eagles score a lot of points, 53 a game. They allow 40.1. We'll hear a bit more from Coach Jason Hansen a little later in our pregame show about the Lyman Eagles. But last time these teams met, it was 2 blowouts. Lyman beat Rich at the Flaming Gorge Classic 57-29, and then they beat Rich at Lyman. The Rebels played later in February at Lyman, and the Eagles won 67-40. The Rebels' top scorer in those games, well, Risha Larson was the top scorer in the first one. She had 8 points. McKenna Stacy had 2 in the first and 6 in the second game. And aside from that, the Rebels didn't get much production from anybody else. It was a Lyman team that forced a bunch of turnovers. And just doing the math and looking at it, Rebels turned it over 30 times in the Flaming Gorge Classic against Lyman and 23 times at Lyman. Rich will have to take care of the ball much better tonight if they want to compete, stay with this Lyman Eagles team. But really didn't lose much from a year ago as far as varsity experience goes. They did have a couple of seniors on the team, Chesney Walker and Cedar Air, who both started. Nicole Crook, who didn't see much playing time at all. Lyman is without one of their top players, McKaylee Bradshaw, who injured her knee earlier this year, and unfortunately for her in her senior year, did not get to finish her senior year, played just 1 or 2 games this season and before that injury. So she's out, but McKinley Bradshaw's still there, and she's a fantastic player. We'll tell you more about her later in the broadcast as well. But first, let's move along in our pregame coverage. It's Rich versus Lyman tonight at Rich High School. JV, the Rebels lead by 3 with 5:38 left to go. We'll take a quick break and be back with your standout student presented by Rich County 4-H, empowering young people with the skills to lead for a lifetime. We'll hear from Reagan Huffner, a senior at Rich High School, when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Engaging youth to reach their fullest potential while advancing the field of youth development. That is 4-H. Helping young people develop citizenship, leadership, responsibility, and life skills. That is 4-H. Nearly 6 million active participants, more than 25 million alumni worldwide. 4-H members strive to make the best better, and they learn by doing. Find out more about 4-H in Rich County by calling the 4-H office in the county building in Randolph. Agriculture, citizenship, healthy living, science, engineering, and technology. That is 4-H.
Welcome back to the pregame show. The Rebels and the Lyman Eagles tonight in non-conference, non-state game. It's Wyoming versus Utah here in Randolph. The Rebels and Lyman Eagles coming up in a few minutes. First, we have your Rich County 4-H standout student. Rich County 4-H empowering young people with the skills to lead for a lifetime. Ryan Steineckert with Reagan Huffner, senior at Rich High School. Reagan, thanks for your time.
Yeah, anytime.
It was Lincoln, President Lincoln, and now President Reagan. But you're not the president, you're just Reagan.
Yeah. Our parents named the 3 brothers, my older brother Lincoln, I'm Reagan, and my little brother's Truman, so it's a pattern.
Reagan, how's your senior year going?
It's been good so far. I mean, football season was rough, but we had some good times, and we did better than last year, and it was fun.
You guys won some key games. The homecoming win over Kanab, a fun one. Then the overtime win over Altamont. It was a fun season despite some losses.
Yeah, those were both huge. The Kanab game was especially fun for me because I got to play a huge part in it. It was hard watching the other one because I wasn't able to be in it. Our whole team had a lot of injuries, so that was hard all year.
You're still kind of trying to recover from some of those injuries, aren't you?
Yeah, for sure. Just with complications, it's been like 4 months since the injury, but I'm still recovering a little bit from that injury.
Reagan, we'll talk some more about basketball in a bit. First, let's talk more about senior year. Are you taking some college classes, working on an associate's?
I'm not in the associate's program. I've taken a few college classes, but I've also taken a lot of Bridgerline classes. I'm more interested in the trade, I think, than the college route so far.
Is there a particular trade that is drawing your attention?
Well, I thought I was going to be in robotics, but I've started taking a little bit of machining, and that's been interesting too, so I'm not entirely sure yet.
Is it a situation where you like to work with your hands, and so you want to go into something that you'll be able to do that?
Yeah, for sure. I definitely enjoy doing more work with my hands.
After Rich High School, I mean, we're looking ahead just a little bit, a few months. What's the plan?
Well, right now, I plan on going out on serving a mission. By the end of the summer, I'll probably have left. I might be spending the summer working with some friends across the country, but either way, I'll be headed out on a mission before the next school year, I think.
What are you looking forward to in the rest of your senior year, the 3 or 4 months remaining?
Definitely, right now, the huge focus is basketball. We're really looking to take region and also state. And then also golf was way fun last year. I started last year. I've never golfed before, and I actually made it on the varsity team and got to go down to state. And my scores didn't count because I was the 5th man, but it was still fun, and I'm excited to do that again.
That's impressive. You take it up for the first year, and you're the 5th man on a 6-man rotation in varsity golf. I don't think I could make like 10th man with the Rich Rebel golf team.
Yeah, it was tough. I had to spend a lot of long hours at practice doing makeup work just because, I mean, I've never golfed, and it started out really bad. I think I shot 165 my first, and then I cut it down to about 100, so we're getting better.
That's some incredible improvement.
Yeah, it's quite a bit. It's quite a bit.
You mentioned the basketball season and trying to win region. You guys are in a position that that's still a possibility.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we got 2 big wins a week ago in Tabiona, and I think they're ranked first, or they at least were. So that was huge for us. And then we also beat ICS, and they're a very good team. So that was a great start to region play. And then we went down to Manila, and they're a great team, and it's tough to win there. And we lost by like 5, I think, but it was a close game. So I definitely think if we can win the rest of our region games, that we'll probably end up in that number 1 spot.
Reagan, you individually, your production early on, I mean, we saw you, I think you had 5-6 assists in that first game against Providence Hall, but your point production, your rebounding is steadily climbed, increased. What's going on there for you?
Well, for sure, I'm just getting my feet under me. The football injury was really hard for the first half of the season. I had a hard time moving. My legs were just in a lot of pain a lot. And so now that that's starting to work itself out and I'm getting more comfortable in the varsity atmosphere, I'm definitely starting to be able to produce more and help my team.
We talked about some of the things that is making this team successful. What's the chemistry like for you guys in the locker room, on the bus?
Well, I think the chemistry that we have is a huge part that we've been able to have success because we're not the tallest or fastest or most athletic team that's come through Rich or 1A, but we've never fought. We've played together since like 3rd, 4th grade, most of us. And, yeah, we come into halftime. We never start arguing. We're always pretty positive. I mean, there's some games that are hard, but we never start tearing into each other. And we're just great friends, and it's so much fun to play with these guys.
In that regard, you guys remind me of the Golden State Warriors before Kevin Durant. You don't care who scores, that extra pass or that extra 2 or 3 passes, as long as you're working as a team, and that's when you're at your best.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think out of the starters, we've all scored like 15 points at least once during the season. I mean, Jordan went off for 24 one game. I think Jared's probably scored 20. I've had 15. Jaden's definitely had 15. Landon's shot the lights out a couple nights, scored really well, and Kaysen too. So just any given night, you don't know who to guard because any one of us could score.
Reagan, let's get back to senior year stuff. Are you going to be doing the musical?
Yeah, I'll be in the musical. We're doing Footloose this year, and I'm going to be playing as the Reverend.
Who was I talking to within the last couple of weeks that is your spouse in the show?
It's double casted for some characters, so that will be Allie Jarman or Taylor McKinnon.
Is that a role that you are looking forward to, the Reverend?
Yeah, it's super fun. It fits me pretty well. I get to be kind of the bad guy and a little bit controlling and try to boss everyone around, so it's kind of fun.
The bad guy, but in a super righteous way, right? I haven't seen the show, but isn't that kind of the premise?
Yeah, it's more like a over pushy dad that you're trying to rebel against. I get to boss all the kids around and tell the whole town what to do pretty much.
Reagan, anything else that you're interested in, like hobbies, snowboarding, snowmobiling? You get out on the lake and do a lot of stuff, or what else are you into?
Definitely in the summer, I spend a lot of time on the lake. We have a boat, and I take a lot of my friends out, and we'll go wakeboarding and water skiing, and that's a lot of fun. And in junior high, I was huge into snowboarding, but since high school, basketball's kind of taken that over, so not so much.
What's your favorite thing about being a Rich Rebel?
I think the best thing about being a Rebel is the support we have from everyone. It's just full of great people everywhere you go.
Reagan Hoffner, senior at Rich High School, thanks for your time. Good luck with the rest of the basketball season, the rest of your senior year, and on into the future.
Thank you. You too.
Pleasure to talk with Reagan. We'll hear from him again, a basketball interview about the boys' basketball team. A little more detail tomorrow night when the girls play at Westside in
No matter what you need to have printed, Weststar Printing is the place you want to have it done. Calendars, letterhead, envelopes, brochures, books, posters, vinyl banners, business forms, announcements, wedding invitations, and business cards are just a few examples. You can also have your favorite family photos printed on canvas or placed into a personalized family photo calendar. You will want to do business with Westar Printing. Stop in today. Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston.
We take your fun very seriously. That's why we put so much emphasis on training and experience with our mechanics at Cash Honda Yamaha. Whether you're getting it ready for an upcoming season, putting it away for the winter, having routine maintenance, or have a mechanical problem, we want to make sure that when you're ready to have fun with it, it's ready for you. Don't trust your fun to just anyone. Make sure you bring all your service work to Cash Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley.
This is the Lady Rebel basketball coach, Cody Lundgren, and you're tuned in to the pregame show on Rebel Radio. Opening tip is less than 20 minutes away on KADQ FM 98.3 with live streaming video at mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to the Cody Lundgren Coaches Show on KADQ FM 98.3 and mylocalradio.com. The Rebels get a break from region play this week, but they don't get a break from playing quality opponents. Tonight, the Rebels host one of 3A Wyoming's top teams, the Lyman Eagles, who beat Rich twice last year by 28 and 27 points in the 2 games, respectively. No one sees the game the way the coaches do, so we'll take a few minutes to visit with opposing coach Jason Hansen, and then we'll talk to Rebel head man Cody Lundgren and get his thoughts on how the Rebels can win tonight at home. We'll be right back with more of Rich Rebel basketball on KADQ FM 98.3 with live streaming video online at mylocalradio.com.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. Orthopedic surgery is the practice of medicine centered around bones and joints. It's all about movement and activity and getting that to be less painful. Watching a patient with a specific problem, whether that's pain or decreased range of motion, and being able to treat them, by far the best part of my job.
Many of our customers have trusted Jensen Wood Motors for generations. It's important to all of us here at the dealership we always work for the people. My grandpa was a man of his word, and he passed that tradition on to us. We understand that we're here to serve our customers, and every day we try and do that to the best of our ability. We really appreciate each customer, and we want to make sure that they feel that when they're doing business with us.
Jensen Wood Motors, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Montpelier, Idaho. Ryan Steineckert with Jason Hansen, head coach of the Lyman Eagles. Coach, good to talk with you again.
Hey, it's good to be here. Excited to be here and, out of state and get to play somebody we don't usually get to play.
Rebels saw you twice last year, and you creamed them both times, let's be honest, especially at your place. It was a big win for you. You finished at state 4th, right? You won the consolation bracket. How did you feel about the way the team played, finished last year?
I felt good about it. We had a great season. We had a tough first-round game at state, and we slipped up a little bit, but that team went on to get second, and so it was a good season. We were right there. So
you bring a lot of experience back, right? I mean, McKinley Bradshaw for one. We'll talk a little bit more about her, but you only graduated a couple players.
Yeah, we start mostly seniors, and so it's good to have a great, a lot of experience. We're not relearning a lot of stuff. We're just tweaking things, and we can get better that way.
You look at your schedule so far, 11-4. How do you feel like your team is playing this year?
Very good. It's been a great season in that we've played a lot of teams that's really tested us, and it's been good. It's been different than the last couple seasons where we only lose 1 or 2 games and then we get to state and we're not prepared like we probably could. But this year I feel like we're on a good track to be prepared, playing like game like tonight and games like Thunder Basin, who's a 4A, and Wyoming Indian, who's undefeated. We play them Saturday. Just teams like that to really give us a good test.
You feel like you've got a stronger strength of schedule this year to prepare for state?
Yeah, I do, and I think it's going to go a long ways when we have to play a team like Douglas or Buffalo or somebody like that.
Some games stick out, like your wins over, I think, Rock Springs, Green River at the Flaming Gorge Classic, and Bradshaw had 42, I think, in that win over Green River. Obviously, she's a big part of what your team does, but the key there is team. You've got some players around her. You're doing a good job.
Yeah, that's a little bit different than, we have girls, I feel, this year maybe that can score a little bit better than last year's. Taking nothing away from last year's players, we were maybe a little bit better defensively last year with those players, but this year I think we're a little bit more offensive. So,
what, from your perspective as coach of the team, what are you guys doing well right now?
We're starting to get better at our defense. You know, when McKaylee got hurt, we had to kind of go to a different type of defense, and I feel like we're starting to get things figured out, and girls are starting to figure out their role on the defensive end.
Have you spent much time thinking about or preparing for Rich?
Yeah, watched some film on them last night. They do a lot of good things offensively, defensively, and, you know, we're going to try to press a little bit tonight, try to see if we can't turn them over. And but I know they're always quick and they handle the ball well.
When teams play against you, I'm sure, and I know Rich will do this, they prepare for McKinley Bradshaw, right? So what kind of adjustments do you make from game to game, expecting that, or is that just to go out and play and then we'll make adjustments as the game goes on?
More of we'll just make adjustments as during the game. She's used to it. Sophomore year, we really had to strategize, but where she's a senior, she's seen double teams, triple teams. You know, it doesn't phase her usually, and so we usually just play our game. And, you know, teams sometimes, like in Evanston, we played them the other night, I think they tried too much to try to stop her, and everybody else got going, so it was a good game for us.
She makes you look like a good coach, doesn't she?
She does, very much so. Yeah. She makes up for a lot of bad things that I do. So,
Coach, sure appreciate talking to you. Anything else you want to touch on?
Just hopefully everybody has a good game. Hopefully we have a good game. Hopefully Rich has a good game, and it's exciting for the fans.
Jason Hansen of the Lyman Eagles, thanks for your time. Good luck tonight and the rest of the season.
Hey, thank you very much. Good talking to you.
I joke with Jason Hansen that McKinley Bradshaw makes him look like a good coach. He is a good coach, very good coach. Won a state title just a few years ago. Rebel JV team leads by 2. Lyman was at the free throw line, missed the first free throw, and then had a lane violation on the second free throw that was made. So the free throw was waved off, and Rich leads by 2 with 11.7 seconds left to go. Let's jump to the live screen, and we'll just keep it right here for the final couple of minutes, or for the final 11.7 seconds of this JV game. Rebels hosting Lyman tonight. In the freshman game, it was the Rebels 48 and the Lyman Eagles 12. And Coach Gary McKee, who heads up that freshman team, I know he feels some frustration, and the freshman team has beat up on everybody they played this year except North Summit. They had a good game last week on Saturday at North Summit and lost the game in a close one. I think it was 46-41, lost by 5 points. But other than that, he's just not seen the competition that he's wanted to see, and not seen his girls get challenged like he's wanted to see. Lyman plays a couple of girls, and we'll see this tomorrow when Rich plays at Westside as well, that a couple of freshmen are major contributors on the varsity. And for the Lyman Eagles, one of those is daughter of the head coach, Jason Hansen, Bryce Hansen, a freshman, averaging about 8 points a game for the varsity Lyman team. Rebels will inbound with 11.7. Again, this is JV action. Sage Tingey bounces in, and up the right corner, Taylor McKee is fouled. McKee dished it off to Sage Tingey. I think, not sure who actually was fouled. It was committed by, I believe, Madison Harris. And it looks like McKee will go to the line. That's a 9th team foul. If McKee can hit both of these, that would be the ball game. It would be a 2-possession game. Also, don't get ahead of myself and see if McKee can hit the first. It's a 1-and-1. First one is good. Big free throw by the freshman, and she'll earn a second free throw attempt with that. So Taylor, I think I said Taylor a minute ago. It is Taylor. Apologize for that. So Taylor, if she can hit this one, it would again be a 4-point lead. 34-30. Rebels would win, and Taylor hits it. That'll do it for if you're the Rebels. Just don't foul here. Coach Calder with his hands in the air. Don't foul. Don't foul. Eagles put up a 3 at just before the buzzer. Rebound comes down. There's the horn, and the Rebels win in the JV game, 34-30. That one went right down to the wire. A good contest, and we'll hope for a similar close contest in the varsity game, which will start in about 10 minutes from now. Scheduled start time is 8 minutes from now. We'll see how much time they put on the clock. In the meantime, we'll move along in our pregame coverage. We heard from Coach Jason Hansen. We'll hear from Coach Cody Lundgren in a moment. Stay tuned to the pregame show on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Early Oregon-bound immigrants traveled through the Bear Lake Valley. U.S. Highway 30 basically follows the Oregon Trail. Many wagon trains stopped at Thomas L. Pegleg Smith Trading Post, located near Dingle, Idaho, for supplies. One traveler wrote of camping along Cotton Line Bear River, watching grass as tall as a man wave in the wind. Today, you don't have to ride in a wagon to visit Bear Lake Valley, but the rich history is still here to enjoy. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
Welcome back to Rich High School. The Rebels and the Lyman Eagles coming up in just a few minutes. We're 10 minutes away from your opening tip-off in the pregame show. We'll take a quick break and hear from Cody Lundgren right after this on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com. If you've struggled to get a vehicle because of some bumps in your credit, then come to the all-new Rocky Mountain Yeti Auto Group. We have over 20 different lenders ready to help you reestablish your credit with a quality new or pre-owned vehicle. Good credit, bad credit, bankruptcy? Let the new Rocky Mountain Yeti Auto Group try to help you. Call our credit hotline today and ask for Jeff or Dave to get pre-approved for your next vehicle. Call 307-789-3151 today. Rocky Mountain Yeti, legend driven. In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock, stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today. Ryan Steineckert with Cody Lundgren of the Rich Rebels. Coach, a 1-1 weekend. Got the win in the one that you needed to get the win, region play.
Yeah, we got the win. It was a scary win, but it was a win nonetheless. I was proud of how resilient the girls were.
That was a necessary part of it. Sometimes you get behind, and you guys, that resiliency was amazing.
Yeah, you know, the girls, they got a couple stops there in the third quarter, and they just kept grinding, and I could see it in their eyes. They knew they were going to win, and they made it happen.
So 3-0 in the region with that win over Manila, and all two of those region games have been real close on the road. Those are good wins.
Yeah, real good wins. You know, I don't think Manila gets enough credit for how good they are offensively. And, you know, Tabiona defensively, they're very strong, they're very quick, and they can score at times too. So I think our region's a pretty tough region. I'm thankful for that to get us ready for the end. So
your opponent Saturday at North Summit at their place, that's a really good team.
Yeah, a really good team. They're fast, physical, you know, good girls. They play hard, they get after it. It was fun basketball. It was a fun game.
We talked before that game that you hoped and expected your team to improve from playing that team, and despite a loss of double digits, what did you get better at, or what did you see that you liked and hope you can build on?
I like the pressure that we got as we brought the ball up. That was good for us to experience. I really like the pressure in the half-court situations too. Their zone was very extended. They're long, they're athletic. There was gaps at times, and at times there wasn't gaps because they closed down really quick and shut those gaps down. But, you know, I thought the girls passed the ball really well. We worked at getting the ball to the high post and getting it to the backside, and, you know, they started doing that. And it was fun to see the girls start believing what they could do.
From a fan perspective, we see the loss. We saw more turnovers probably than you wanted to have, but you saw turnovers happening and adjustments happening and improvement?
Yeah, I looked at the stats last night, and there was 25. We had 25 turnovers in that game, which is too many. And, you know, even against a good team, we need to limit that to, you know, our goal is about 12 turnovers a game. You know, Manila, we had 8, so that was even better. But even against North Summit, you know, I still expect our girls to be somewhere around 15. So, you know, I thought the pressure helped us in situations down the road where when we see that pressure, hopefully we can control it and not get that many turnovers.
Your opponents this week are very good again. You've got Lyman, which is one of 3A Wyoming's best teams, and then on the road at Westside.
Yeah, you know, I know Coach Hansen pretty well with Lyman, and he does a great job with that team, and he's got some very talented athletes, and, you know, they're fast, they move well, and they're very coachable, and they're very disciplined. So that's going to be a great game for us too. And Westside's a very fast team. You know, Coach Sorensen's getting them going in the right direction, and they've got some good athletes, some younger athletes, and I expect to see a lot of pressure in that game also.
I think on the surface, McKinley Bradshaw is the biggest worry for Lyman. Do you have a game plan strategy on how to hang with and maybe beat Lyman?
Yeah, you know, I've got some stuff that we'll probably work on this week. But, you know, just like always, Ryan, we're just trying to – I'm taking what we struggled with last weekend and trying to get better at that. And then we'll talk to the girls a little bit about what we want them to do. But other than that, we're just going to keep doing what we do.
Do you like this little break in region play? Does it take some pressure off, but still with some good competition?
Yeah, good competition with these two teams. The break's nice, though, you know, because as a teacher here at the school, I have parent-teacher conferences the next 2 nights, and I can't even be at a practice. So it's going to be nice, and we're going to give the girls a day off of practice tomorrow, give them a little bit of rest, too.
Cody Lundgren of the Rich Rebels, thanks for your time. Good luck with Lyman and Westside this week.
Hey, thank you.
Thanks so much, Coach. Rebels and Lyman Eagles coming up in 5.5 minutes. We've got your Town of Laketown Ledger, Rich County keys of the game, and the Town of Woodruff starting lineups when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com. Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston is Rich County's representative. As a mother and grandmother of Rich High graduates and current students, and a longtime resident of Randolph, Rolene is familiar with your needs and will work to provide you with the best customer service in the industry. The next time you're looking for a new car or truck, think Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
Play hard and go Rebels.
Hello, Miss Susan Siamese Cat.
Dr. Dog, I'm here because my perfectly shiny fur has lost its shimmer, and I don't have the energy I did as a kitten.
Miss Susan Siamese Cat, I recommend that you start taking the Feline Daily Multi-Chews from PetMinerals.com immediately. Your good health isn't a yarn ball to play with.
Dr. Dog, you always make me feel better.
Log on to PetMinerals.com today and get your feline supplements ordered today.
Back at Rich High School as the Rebels get set to take on the Lyman Eagles in cross-state competition. Eagles just on the southwest corner of Wyoming. The Rebels on the northeast corner of Utah. We've got pregame coverage continuing, and let's do the Laketown Ledger. Good luck, Rebels, from the Mayor and Town Council of Laketown. Mayor Sim Weston, council members Dallas Clark, Chris Hodges, Gary Ogilvie, and Delora White. Rebels and Lyman have faced off a few times over the last few years. Most recently last year twice. Lyman beat Rich 67-40 at Lyman and 57-29 in the Flaming Gorge Classic. Lyman had beat Rich the 3 previous times the teams met as well, in 2015-16 and in 2014-15. Prior to that, the Rebels had beat Lyman just the one time they'd faced them in 2004-05 season. Again, my records only go back to the 01-02 season, and in that span, Rich is 1-5 against now the 3A Lyman Eagles. They've been 2A and 3A, I think, most of the last 15 or 18 years. And but in 04-05, the Rebels won 60-39. That's the only win they've got against Lyman in the span of the last 20 years. Rich 1-5 on the Laketown Ledger, brought to you by the Mayor and Town Council of Laketown. Rich County keys of the game brought to you by Rich County, Rebels with a championship cause. And number 1 is McKinley Bradshaw. This team, what they do starts and ends with their lead player, their leader on the floor. She's a commit. She's signed to play a letter of intent, or she is committed to play for the University of Wyoming. And most consider her, I think, anybody who pays attention to Wyoming high school girls basketball, I think consider her as the best player in the state of Wyoming in all classifications, not just 3A or 2A and lower. Lyman 3A and McKinley Bradshaw, probably the best player in the state. Now Lyman, with McKinley Bradshaw last year, won the consolation. They won the consolation in her sophomore year as well. 3rd place in the 2A in 2015-16 and a state championship in the 2014-15 season before Bradshaw got to high school. But the last couple of years in 3A, Lyman has been very good, and Bradshaw a big part of that. Rebels have to slow her down. She averages 18.5, almost 20 points a game, plus 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and almost 6 steals per game. The Rebels have to slow her down, but it can't be a matter of just totally focusing on her, because there are other players on the court, and that's where number 2 key of the game brought to you by Rich County comes in is some pressure defense. Rebels have to pressure and keep an eye on Bradshaw, not let her kill them, but they've also got to pressure everybody else. And here's something interesting. Lyman is 11-4 on the season. In their wins, they're giving the ball away, or they've had 17 turnovers per game and shot 35% from three-point range. In their losses, 4 more turnovers per game and shooting under 20% from three-point range. If Rich can get that pressure D on the outside, close out quickly on three-point shots, and force some turnovers, they should be able to keep themselves in it and keep it close. And number 3, of course, the golden rule. Treat the Rock like the gold that it is. Rebels have to take care of the basketball, limit turnovers. I think if Rich gets up close to 20, they've got to keep it below that. If they get in that range, even 18 or so, they're going to be in trouble tonight against the Lyman Eagles. Those are your keys of the game brought to you by Rich County. Rebels with a championship cause. We've got your Town of Woodruff starting lineups and the Saby Trucking opening tip when we return on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
According to the United States Census of 2010, the town of Randolph has a population of 464 people, and every one of us root for the Rich High Rebels.
Who slams it home?
Welcome to Randolph, Utah. We love being able to host the visiting teams, their coaches, their parents, and fans when Rich High has a home game. We love all of our visitors year-round and hope that you can take some time soon to come and visit us in our little slice of heaven, Randolph, Utah.
Some Butterfinger didn't bother to look, and your car goes crunch. Now it looks like the outside of a salted nut roll. People snicker as you drive down the road. Stop the laughter. Let the Three Musketeers at T-Bar-S Body Shop come to your rescue and fix your car. When you drive off, you'll feel like you're skipping across the Milky Way again. You'll think of Matt Rex as the big hunk who came to your rescue. Dents removed, glass chips repaired, and windshields replaced. T-Bar-S Body Shop and Glass Repair on County Road, across from the cemetery in Evanston. Sweet.
Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires that offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
Super kids deserve super care. Experience the difference with board-certified pediatricians Alan Brown, MD, and Bird Gilmartin, MD, at Uinta Medical Group. Whether it's tracking your child's overall health at Well Child Checks or helping your little ones feel better when they're sick, Dr. Brown and Dr. Gilmartin are here to help your child grow, learn, and thrive. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Brown or Dr. Gilmartin by calling 307-789-WELL 9355 or visit evanstonanytime.com.
Welcome back to Ridge High School and pregame coverage. Rebels hosting the Lyman Eagles tonight in non-region, non-state play. Rich versus Lyman, and your starting lineups are brought to you by the Town of Woodruff. Mayor Scott Saby, council members Millie Bradshaw, Raymond Franson, Kent Stewart, and Jason Peterson with Secretary Lisa Bell. Starting lineups for the visiting Lyman Eagles, coming in at 11-4 overall. They're 2-0 in their 3A West Wyoming Conference. Junior number 4, Mandy Eyre. Senior number 10, Spring Yagi. Senior number 12, Cassidy Nelson. Leading the way, senior number 14, McKinley Bradshaw at 18.5 points per game, along with 6 steals and almost 8 rebounds. And a senior number 15, Olivia Smith. Lyman definitely has the size advantage. I think their shortest player is as tall as, if not taller than, the Rebels' tallest player, Sydney Hatch. Speaking of the Rebels, Sydney Hatch, she is one of your Rebel starters, brought to you by the Town of Woodruff. Number 32, a junior, Sydney Hatch. 25, a senior, Lauren Thompson. 15, a senior, Fallon Johnson. A junior, number 5, Allie Wallenton. And the Rebels' leading scorer, sophomore, number 1, McKenna Stacy at 16.5 points per game. Just about to get underway here. The Rebels in the home whites, the Lyman Eagles in the road blues. White numbers, real simple Penn State style. For like Penn State football, just simple, blue and white, looks great. Really enjoy that look. Sydney Hatch against Cassidy Nelson for the tip. Nelson wins it. Long pass for Bradshaw. Stacy steps in front for a station in Randolph steal. Her pocket is picked from behind, but then she gets it back again from McKinley Bradshaw. She stole it, then saved it on the baseline, and Stacy was right there to take it right back. So Rich with the basketball. Fallon Johnson on the right baseline. 2-3 extended zone for Lyman. Rebels working around quickly. Left corner three. McKenna Stacy misses, gets her own rebound. It's poked away from her. She gets it back and then loses it. Down the other way to the left wing, holding. Bradshaw pulls up, left elbow, misses short. Rebound tipped around off the foot of a teammate and then tipped back out to Bradshaw. Out on the right wing, Yagi. Lyman attacking right to left if you're watching online at mylocalradio.com. Just underway in the first quarter. No score on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Out on the right wing, Olivia Smith drives baseline, then skips a long pass back left wing. Yagi for three, misses an air ball. Offensive rebound, putback is off, but Olivia Smith will go to the line and shoot two. Rebel foul charged to Sydney Hatch. Great rebound by Smith. She just dropped in there. Yagi airballed. The shot was in front of the iron. Smith's first free throw is up and in. Rattled its way home, or wound its way through the cylinder. Smith will shoot a second free throw. Lyman on top 1-0 with 7:01 left in the first. Second free throw by Smith swishes through, and it's 2-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Stacy has a pass tipped and into the hands of Spring Yagi, who puts it up and in. Easy takeaway and an easy finish. Rebels coach Cody Lundgren asks for a timeout. We got an early timeout brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
At Jensen Wood Motor, it's our goal to make sure every customer is a repeat customer. The way we do that, our customers are our friends.
It's our job to help you find what you're looking for at the best possible price. It's always good to know that your salesman is working for you.
We understand that life happens. Sometimes credit isn't perfect. We work hard to find financing options that work best for you.
Stop by today and let's see what we can do for you. Jensen Wood Motors in Montpelier, Idaho.
Just underway in the first, the Lyman Eagles won the Sadie Trucking opening tip-off, brought to you by Scott and Diana Sadie. Rebels got a quick steal and a shot, offensive rebound, but then taken away, and since then, Rebels have turned it over two more times. Lyman has two free throws and a field goal and leads 4-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Against some full-court press, Rebels inbound, quickly back to Wallentine. AWOL splits the defense. Rebels have numbers, but Wallentine decides to slow it down and set up the half court. Extended, looks like a 1-3-1 zone defense for Lyman. Rebels pressure it. Stacy to Hatch at the free throw line. Out to Thompson, right wing three. This one's short. Off the front of the iron, rebound. Fallon Johnson takes it away from the defense, and she's fouled by Cassidy Nelson. We'll give Fallon the offensive rebound on that ball. Coach Lundgren shouts out, good board, Fallon, good board. And indeed, Fallon goes to the line. She averages 2 rebounds per game. This season, Fallon at the free throw line. Not a lot of attempts. This is the first off the back iron. 6 of 18, make it 6 of 19. Rebels as a team have struggled from the Bear Lake Realty free throw line, just 55%, and that's gone up about 5 points in the last couple of weeks. Second free throw missed as well. McKinley Bradshaw chases down the rebound. Rebels still not on the board. 4-0, 6:22 left in this first quarter. Left wing, Yagi holds, gives to Bradshaw, left baseline. She'll pull up long, two-pointer, and that misses short with an air ball. Fallon Johnson with the Rebel rebound. She'll hand off to Stacy. McKenna across the timeline, spins at the top of the key, all the way to the hoop, and misses just short. Defensive rebound by Mandy Air. Gives to Bradshaw, fires one back door, threads the needle, missed by Smith. Fallon Johnson has the rebound. Smith rips it away from over the top, and then the Lyman Eagles kick it to the left side, and Allie Wallentine called for the blocking foul. Mandy Air had it. Wallentine tries to draw the charge, but instead picks up and commits her first personal foul. Rebels' second team foul. Hatch with one, Wallentine with one. Rebels in a 2-3 zone defense, but giving some extra attention to McKinley Bradshaw. The pass inbound at the free throw line. Bradshaw tips it out to Yagi, then to Air on the right wing. Bradshaw fires away, long three, swish. Smooth shot by McKinley Bradshaw, and Lyman leads 7-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Stacy splits the defense, beats the press on her own. Thompson across the key to Hatch. Her shot blocked. Fallon Johnson saves it, but it touched the baseline first before Fallon could get to it. Great defense by Bradshaw on the block of Sydney Hatch. Rebels with an inbound play brought to you by the Crawford Trough. The place to eat and drink. They're open Thursday through Saturday, 11 to 7 during the winter. Stacy inbounds, long and out high to the wing. Lauren Thompson goes up and gets it, then hands back to Stacy. Rebels trail 7-0 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Thompson back to Stacy, top of the key. McKenna drives right, pulls up at the right elbow and misses long. Rebound tipped around and Bradshaw scoops it up. She'll dribble up to the right wing, stops, thinks about the shot. Defense was right there, drops it into Smith. Olivia dribbles once, it's poked away, gets it back to Bradshaw. She'll drive and be bumped by Wallenton. Allie turns in innocence to the coach with hands out to her sides as she just picked up her second personal foul, and Sage Tingey hurries in to check into the ball game. Wallenton fired up, strong slap on a low 5 to Tingey. Inbound, Air, right corner, three-pointer. Bryce Hansen misses. Rebound over the top comes into the hands of Olivia Smith. Back outside, Air kicks it right wing. Hansen holds. Rebels in a 2-3 zone defense. We've seen them play almost exclusively man until last Saturday. They played a zone against North Summit. In the lane, Bradshaw tries to split the D. Couple Rebels sandwich her, and a whistle leads to a foul on Sage Tingey, her first. Rebel fourth. Eagles have one on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. 4:41 left in the first, and Lyman on top. Inbound, Bradshaw, quick pass to Smith. She misses. Rebound, and it's tipped out of bounds. Olivia Smith trying to save it, can't get there. Rebel basketball trailing again 7-0. A full court press with just all 5 Lyman Eagles on the Rebel side of the half court. To Stacy, behind the back dribble, through traffic, passes off an inadvertent pass. Thompson fires underneath to Sydney Hatch, and Hatch does the rest from the left block. Rebels are on the board trailing 7-2 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Early candidate for the Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet play of the game. Bradshaw, left side. Air fakes the shot, dribbles to the left baseline and hits it from the left block. Easy finish for Mandy Air, who averages 3 points per game. 9-2 early on. Lauren Thompson dribbles through traffic, beats the D, passes ahead to Fallon, fakes the shot. She'll go to the hoop. Oh, strong. And she gets hammered by Spring Yagi. Yagi got in the air to defend, and Fallon just took it right at her. So Fallon Johnson goes to the line to shoot 2. She's 0 for 2 so far in the game. 3:58 left in the first. And Fallon at the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. I'm just going to zoom in on here just a little bit there. Fallon swishes the first one through. She missed her first 2, but she's now 1 of 3. Rebels trail 9-3 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. This is a tough to, it sounds funny to say that there's a critical point in the ball game, but the Rebels have to keep it close. If they let Lyman out to a big lead early on, there'll be no coming back, especially against a team the caliber of the Lyman Eagles. Bradshaw, long 3, misses just short. Sage Tingey with the Rebel rebound. Rebels mishandle it, give it away for the 4th time. Bradshaw goes to the floor and is called for the travel. Good defense. Rebels cut her off to her right. She tried to spin back left and went to the floor. Second turnover of the game for the Lyman Eagles. So Rebels will inbound. J.C. Cornea just checked in. Hatch still on the floor, and the Rebels pass it right to Mandy Air, easy 2. Across the lane, Rebels pass without looking. Stacy beats the D, ball poked away by Bradshaw, into the hands, Olivia Smith to the hoop, up with the right hand and in. 2 more turnovers have the Lyman Eagles up 13-4. This full court press killing Rich, and Stacy just drew a foul on McKinley Bradshaw. That's something the Rebels, if they can draw some fouls on Bradshaw, get her maybe into a little bit of foul trouble, that would certainly help. Sage Tingey to inbound. You got Tingey, Thompson, Stacy, Hatch, and Cornea on the floor. Stacy barely gets the pass ahead to Cornea, who goes to the floor to save it and get it back to Tingey. Stacy, left wing. Lauren fires away for 3. This one's short, hits over the rim, and brought down. Big, strong rebound by Olivia Smith of Lyman. Bradshaw, long bounce pass, Steve Nash style, finds Mandy Air for the easy 2. What a dish by McKinley Bradshaw. Turning the other direction, a foul on Bryce Hansen as McKenna Stacy tried to get by the defense. That was like Jason Williams or Steve Nash or something. That was a fantastic pass by McKinley Bradshaw. You see why she's a Division I Mountain West caliber talent signed to play for the University of Wyoming. Rebels beat the press this time, some good passing. Stacy and the Rebels trail 15-4 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard with 2:38 left in the first. Cornea to Stacy. McKenna fires left corner. It just gets through to Sage Tingy. She shoots. She's blocked but fouled by McKinley Bradshaw. I think she was the only one in the area contesting the shot. It is Bradshaw picking up her second personal foul. So that may prompt a substitution from Coach Jason Hansen. No, it won't, it looks like. He'll keep her in there, and he did have some words with her. I'm sure he said, McKinley, that's 2. You pick up another, and you're not playing the rest of the half. Sage Tingy hits the first free throw. Tingy, a 52% free throw shooter this season. Sage will shoot a second. 5 team fouls on the Lyman Eagles. Rebels with 4. Tingy's second free throw misses off the right side of the iron. Cassidy Nelson with the rebound. Bradshaw across the timeline. Stops back to the top of the key. Yagi, right wing. Long 3 by Bryce Hansen. Swish! Nothing but net for Bryce. The freshman puts one through. Rebels pass off target, out of bounds. Rebels with 7 turnovers in the first quarter, and this full court press by the Lyman Eagles killing the Rich Rebels. We saw North Summit press at times, but it was a different style of press. Lyman, the athleticism to just really bring everybody up, and Rich having a hard time getting through that. Stacy defending out high. Bryce Hansen, a 5-second violation. I was wondering when that would come, and there it was. Good defense by Stacy. Rebels force a turnover. 3 turnovers for the Lyman Eagles. Rebels with 7 in this first quarter. 2 minutes left in the first, and Rich down by 13. Stacy fires under right side. Cornea pulls up, long 2, and that one rattles home. J.C. Cornea. I like that pull the trigger. She's a good shooter from the wings and hits that jumper. It's 18-7. Rebels down by 11. Got to get a stop here. Bryce Hansen goes right through a couple of Rebels. Stacy ended up on the floor, no whistle. Lob back or over the top, and Cassidy Nelson pulls it in with one hand, and then she turns to shoot, and she's fouled. McKenna Stacy on help side defense picks up her first personal, and Cassidy Nelson goes to the line to shoot 2. 1:34 left in the first quarter on this broadcast at mylocalradio.com. And first free throw by Nelson, too strong. Heel of the basket and out. Kendall Staple checks into the game. Sydney Hatch will get a breather. Rebels again shorthanded tonight with Eliana Brown, a knee injury. Haven't heard the latest update on her, but she's obviously not playing tonight. Nelson's second free throw, kind of ugly, misses on the right side. J.C. Cornea with the Rebel rebound. Rich trails by 11 with 1:26 left in the first. Stacy wanted to shoot the 3, instead passes up, dishes off to Cornea, and she travels before the shot. It didn't look like a travel from here. I missed a step. My eyes missed a step, and the Rebels turn it over for an 8th time in the first quarter. This pressure defense, and most of those turnovers, I think 8 of those, or 7 of those 8 turnovers have been the product of Lyman's press. Pass into Air. Cornea knocks it away briefly. Then they fire it into Smith. She'll turn, shoot, and miss. Staple commits a foul. Kendall, who just checked into the game, picks up her first personal. And to the line goes Olivia Smith. She's 2 for 2 so far in this contest from the free throw line. Lyman gets back on the court Saturday night. They'll play at Wyoming Indian, who will enter that game undefeated. Smith's first free throw. A low line drive, but finds its way home, back iron and down through. Smith will shoot a second one. This would put Lyman up by 13. Rebels with just 2 field goals in the first quarter. And Smith hits them both. She's 4 of 4 from the line, has 6 points in the game. Rebels inbound, Lauren Thompson, double teamed, gets it up ahead to Staple, down to the right baseline. Cornea backs it out, kicks it up top. Stacy fakes the 3, drives in, splits the defense, floats it up, can't get it to go, and the rebound pulled down by Cassidy Nelson of Lyman. Give to Air, she'll go all the way to the hoop with the left hand. Air with 8 points in the first quarter, and Lyman extends the lead to 15. Lauren Thompson tries to split the D, and Bryce Hansen reaches in. That'll be a second personal foul on Bryce Hansen. So Lyman racking up the fouls. Rebels have their share as well with 6 fouls in this first quarter. We're going to have a lot of free throws in the second quarter, 1-and-1 opportunities and more. Thompson Lobs to Tingy. Sage splits through the defense, picks it up, gets away with a travel, and gets it off to Lauren Thompson. Up left wing, Stacy. Looks left, nothing there. Gives back to Thompson. Lauren skips it left side. Staple drives, gets past the D, misses off the window, and the rebound, Cassidy Nelson. She'll give off to Smith, up ahead to Air. Mandy across the timeline. Slow dribble with 15, 14, 13. Coach Hansen calls out the play as Lyman Shirley plays for the final shot of the quarter. Hansen drops it in, back door for Mandy Air, who misses short. Sage Tingy with the Rebel rebound. Up the left side with 3, 2, pulls up, fires away just before the buzzer. It hits the window, rims out, no good. And at the end of one, Lyman leads by 15, 22-7 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rich with 8 turnovers in the first quarter, make it 9 as a missed one. We'll be right back. Rebels down by 15 on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Super kids deserve super care. Experience the difference with board-certified pediatricians Alan Brown, MD, and Bird Gilmartin, MD, at Uinta Medical Group. Whether it's tracking your child's overall health at Well Child Checks or helping your little ones feel better when they're sick, Dr. Brown and Dr. Gilmartin are here to help your child grow, learn, and thrive. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Brown or Dr. Gilmartin by calling 307-789-WELL 9355 or visit evanstonanytime.com.
Light up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
Rebels with almost double-digit turnovers in the first quarter, trailing by 15. Thompson free throw line. Hatch gives back to Lauren. Quick pass to Tingy in the corner. Give and go. Ball poked away, and there's turnover number 10 for the Rebel offense. Bradshaw up across the timeline. Lyman leads 22-7. Rebels really focused on Bradshaw in that first quarter. And an offensive foul. That might be Bradshaw's third as she pushed out. Nope, it's Bryce Hansen's third personal foul. She pushed off with an elbow, and Stacy ended up on the floor because of the contact. So Bryce Hansen with 3 personal fouls. Coach Jason Hansen, Bryce's father, keeps her in there for the time being. Stacy across the timeline, gives to Tingy, back to McKenna. Again to Sage, again to Stacy. McKenna fakes the shot, then dribbles to the free throw line, pulls up high, Rainbow drops through, and Stacy has her first bucket of the game. 22-9, Rebels down by 13. Hansen across the timeline, kicks left wing, lob in, free throw line. Bradshaw turns, dishes, it's deflected by Staple, but picked up by Nelson. Lyman kicks it back around the circle. Left wing, Smith for 3. This one misses just short, rattles around, almost goes through, and then an over the back. Cassidy Nelson went through Kendall Staple on the contact to get the rebound. Nelson picks up a first personal foul. That's an 8th team foul on the Lyman Eagles, and Rich heads to the line to shoot 1 and 1. Earlier tonight, the Rebel freshmen dominated 48-12. The Rebel JV won a close one, 34-30. Staples shooting 1 and 1. Her varsity action this season, Kendall is a 43% free throw shooter. She swishes this one through and earns herself a second Bear Lake Realty free throw. Rebels so far tonight, 4 of 7 from the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. Staples second, back iron, rebound out to Spring Yagi. So the Rebels get 1, get into double digit scoring, 10 points, 10 turnovers so far. Bradshaw, quick 3, misses off the window, and Sage Tingy with the Rebel rebound. She'll give to Staple. Kendall across the timeline, up left corner. Thompson, Rebels work it around. They swing it to Stacy on the right wing. Lob back down right corner. Staple back up top, looking for Stacy. Barely gets it through to her over the top of the defense. The length of this Lyman team is one thing that makes them so formidable on defense. They can run that 1-3-1 zone, and if they rotate, they don't even have to really rotate that quickly. They're so long. And there we see a product of the length. Olivia Smith stuffs McKenna Stacy, and Smith goes to the other end, blocked by Tingy, but fouled by Tingy. Sage will pick up her second personal, and not who you want to send to the free throw line. Olivia Smith, 4 of 4 from the line so far in tonight's game. Smith with 6 points in the first quarter. Rebels' 7th team foul, Sage Tingey's 2nd personal, and Rebels will bring in a couple of substitutes. J.C. Cornea, Fallon Johnson check in for Staple and Tingey. Smith's free throw rolls around and around, almost out, but then back down and through the cylinder. 23-10. Lyman on top by 13. Smith 5 for 5 from the line. Looks to make it 6 for 6, does not. This one rims out. Bradshaw with the rebound. She's wrapped up. Jump ball. J.C. Cornea got in on a Mountain Valley Cattle Company jump ball brought to you by Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. Bradshaw had the rebound, and Cornea wrapped her up. Good quick hands by J.C., but Lyman has the basketball on the possession arrow. Mandy Eyre will inbound from the baseline. Eyre with 8 points in the first quarter. She came into the game averaging 3.1. Inbound to Bradshaw. She felt the pressure. A tip pass back to Eyre in the corner. She misses short from about 17 feet out in the right corner, and the rebound bounces its way out of bounds. Rebel basketball. Stacy to inbound, and I don't know if this is what you want, is that inbound play against the full court press, unless Rebels have figured it out. Cornea almost, pocket picked from behind. Bradshaw was coming, and then poked it away. She averages almost 6 steals per game. She'll dribble her way to the free throw line, pull up and just miss. Sydney Hatch with the Rebel rebound. Bradshaw with the quick moves to get herself open. She just didn't quite hit the shot. Stacy goes inside looking for Fallon Johnson. It's stolen away by Nelson, and then the Rebels, Fallon Johnson fouls Nelson, trying to get the ball back. Nelson will go to the line and shoot. 1 and 1. That's a Rebel 8th team foul. 8 team fouls apiece. A lot of fouls in this first half. Reminds me of when Rich played at Kemmer, only we had about 17 times as many fouls in that game. First free throw missed. Fallon Johnson with the Rebel rebound. And the score remains 23-10 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rebels to the left corner. Fallon up top. Lauren skips it underneath, looking for a cutting J.C. Cornea. Good idea on the pass, but Olivia Smith read it well. The senior sliced in, deflected away out of bounds. Rebel inbound play from the baseline. A Crawford Trough inbound play. McKenna to trigger it in. Looking, well defended, and she'll just have to release it. Little lob to Cornea, back to Stacy, long 2, right baseline, and she hits it. McKenna with 2 field goals in the game. Rebels within 11, 23-12 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. 5:16 left in the second. Long pass across the top. Eyre looking for a lane, but Cornea moves her feet, cuts her off. Kick out to Bradshaw for the left corner 3, and Bradshaw buries it. McKinley with her 2nd triple of the ball game, and the Rebels take a timeout. We'll take one as well, brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental. 26-12. Lyman on top by 14 on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
You're invited to come in and visit with the team at Cache Honda Yamaha in Cache Valley today. Our customers are our friends. If you haven't ever been in, stop in today. We'd love to get to know you. If you haven't been in for a while, stop in and let's get caught up. And if you were here yesterday, come back again soon. You always have an open invitation to visit the crew at Cache Honda Yamaha, where our customers are our friends, on US 91 between Logan and Smithfield.
Lyman on top after McKinley Bradshaw's 2nd triple of the ball game. It's 26-12. Full court pressure caused the Rebels all kinds of fits so far in this one. Stacy beats it this time. Cornea, Hatch at the free throw line, lobs inside. Fallon Johnson, quick shot from the left block is in. Good ball movement by the Rebels to beat the press and get the bucket. 26-14, Rebels down by 12. Bradshaw looks left, throws right, then kick it out. Bryce Hansen for 3. This one, no, it hits. It looked like it would miss wide left, but she swishes it through. 29-14. It did catch a little bit of the iron. Cornea travels against the press. Rebels with 12 turnovers in the game, 14 points, 4:32 left in the third. And that's where you get one of those traps there. As Cornea looked to the corner, she thought she had an open teammate, but the length of Lyman closes in, cuts off the passing lane. Cornea avoiding a throwaway. Travels. Smith on the right corner, drives in, skips it back left wing. They'll give it to Bradshaw, then Hanson, air on the right wing, down inside, drops it to Smith. She'll turn, shoot over the top. J.C. Cornea with a Rebel rebound. Rebels fire up ahead to Lauren Thompson in the right corner. Back up to Stacy. McKenna looks left. 15-point game, 29-14, Rebels trail. Wallenstein just back in, and she passes into the middle. Bradshaw reads it, steals it, goes the other way, and lays it in. McKinley with the steal, the drive, and the finish. Rebels with 13 turnovers. Stacy pulls to the right, to the top of the key. Dishes off. Thompson back to McKenna. Three-point shot misses. Rebound pinballs around. Air has it. Stacy wraps her up. A jump ball brought to you by Mountain Valley Cattle Company. Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. 31-14. McKinley Bradshaw with 8 points in the ball game, 2 triples and a steal and a layup. Stacy to trigger it in, goes right corner. Wallenstein fires away and misses over the top. Rebound. Smith or Nelson able to get it over McKenna Stacy. It's just a height thing. That wasn't a block with the body. Stacy puts her head down like she thought she just picked up her second personal foul, but it was actually a foul against Lauren Thompson, who was defending in front of McKinley Bradshaw. She'll go to the line and shoot 2. Bradshaw this season, a 54% free throw shooter. No, that's not right. 73%. She's 54% from 2-point range. This is a 1-and-1 trip to the line. She swishes the first one through and gets a second. And Bradshaw hits that one as well. She's come alive in the second quarter. 2 for 7 points in the quarter, 10 in the ball game, 33-14, a 19-point Lyman Eagle lead. McKenna Stacy across the timeline, gives to Thompson. Lauren skips it to Wallenstein on the left wing. Skip back to Thompson. Free throw line Hatch. Quick give and go, then a kick to the left corner. Wallenstein for 3, and Allie swishes it home. There's your first pro physical therapy 3-point basket of the game for Rich. And the Rebels cut it to a 16-point deficit. Error on the left wing, free throw line. Bradshaw turns. Ball poked away. The Rebels may have gotten away with a foul, and Thompson heads up court. Give back to Tingy. Rebels have not forced a lot of turnovers, but will take that station in Randolph steal there. Sage bounces up top to Stacy. Left wing, Wallenstein into the corner. Left side, back up top. Stacy, the Rebels work it around, trailing 33-17. And Tingy attempts a pass for Wallenstein. It's deflected by Olivia Smith into the head of Jason Hansen. He says, Olivia, you're out. You're on the bench. I think he had planned to bring her out of the game anyways and just played along with that in progress already. Wallenstein up top. Good pass out away from the defense. Gets it to Tingy on the Crawford Trough inbound play. Tingy left wing. Wallenstein open 3. Got it! Allie Wallenstein with a pro physical therapy triple. That's actually a T7 propane in Woodruff 3-point basket. Rebels with Allie's 2 threes in a row are within 13 again. Air kicks it up. Hanson 3 from the top of the key. Misses, but she was fouled. Stacy trying to block that shot, and Hanson kind of reaches out on the release more than Stacy anticipated, and McKenna got her on the arm on the release. So Bryce Hanson goes to the line to shoot 3. She's got 6 points, 2 threes in the game. Hanson this season a 92% free throw shooter, and that just went up a little bit with her first free throw swishing through. Second one back iron. So she's hanging around that 90%. Stacy just picked up her second personal foul, so she checks out. Hatch, Thompson, Tingy, Wallenstein, and Johnson on the floor. Hanson second to make it third free throw, eases down through, and it's 35-20. Rebels down by 15, 2:13 left in the first half. Thompson's pass across the lane almost taken away, but Wallenstein, her quickness, she got to the ball before Spring Yagi, and then Yagi reaching in fouled Allie. So Spring picks up her second. You've got Hanson with 3, Yagi and Bradshaw with 2 apiece. That's a 9th team foul. And one other, I think, Cassidy Nelson has 1. Wallenstein shooting 2. Nope, 1 and 1 still. That's a 9th team foul. So Wallenstein will have to hit the first to get a second. Allie's first short off the iron. Fight for the rebound, and Fallon called for the foul over the back of Olivia Smith. So that'll send Smith to the line. Fallon's second personal. Rebels have 2 apiece on Stacy, Tingy, Walentine, Johnson, and then 1 apiece on Thompson, Staple, and Hatch. A lot of fouls in this first half. Rebels can't take advantage of that Bear Lake Realty free throw opportunity. And we'll see if Olivia Smith can. She is 5 of 6 from the line in the ball game. Olivia's first. Skips off the front of the rim, rattles around and down through. Our second free throw opportunity for Olivia Smith with 8 points in the ball game. She averages 9 and almost 10, along with 5 rebounds. This one gets the shooter's roll as well, and Lyman back up by 17. Stacy starts right, goes left, behind the back, and then dishes off to Lauren Thompson. She'll tip it to herself across the timeline. Skip it left corner, Walentine, another open 3, just short and goes over the top. Tingy with the offensive rebound, drives, and she's pushed by, I believe, Smith, who will pick up what would be, I think, just her first personal foul. Scoreboard confirms Olivia's first. Tingy at the line, shooting 2. She was in the act of shooting. Sage hits the first. She's about a 50% free throw shooter this season, 52% coming into the game, and she's 2 for 3 so far in this one. Walentine, Thompson, Johnson, Hatch, and Tingy on the floor. Sage misses the second free throw, and the rebound pulled down by Cassidy Nelson. So the Rebel deficit, the Lyman lead is 16 points, 37-21, with 1:42 left in the second quarter. Long skip pass, Hansen open 3, right wing. This one halfway down, pops out, and a Rebel rebound and a whistle as Fallon Johnson had position. Cassidy Nelson tried to slice in and poke it away and committed the foul. A 10th team foul sends Fallon to the line to shoot 2. And the double bonus. I've got that as Cassidy's second. Fallon's free throw misses wide right. Lyman Eagles covered this year, as well as the Mountain View Buffaloes, by Sean Bennett with mylocalradio.com, and he's doing a broadcast here tonight as well. Fallon's first free throw missed, second one back iron, nope, and Spring Yagi with the rebound. Rebels not taking advantage of free throw opportunities very well here in the second quarter. 1, 2 of 2, 4, 5, 6. That's just 33%. Down in the right corner. Long baseball pass to Olivia Smith to the left wing. Bradshaw, quick pass and a turn, a shot, and a miss by Nelson. Fight for the offensive rebound. Walentine saves it, but into the hands of Olivia Smith, who finishes easily from the right block. 39-21. Walentine across the timeline. Bradshaw and Smith both there. Smith picks up her second, and AWOL goes to the line to shoot 2, this time in the double bonus. Allie made a trip earlier and missed the front end of a 1-and-1. Rebels have allowed 37.4 points per game. Lyman already surpassed that here in the first half with 1:05 left to go. Walentine's first free throw, front iron, misses off to the right side. Rebels just 2 of 7 from the free throw line here in this second period. Make sure to stay tuned for our halftime show. We'll have some Town of Randolph first half highlights. Check in on the Pugstone Sporting Goods adjustment of the game. Second free throw short as well. Lyman rebound to Cassidy Nelson, her 5th of the game. Bradshaw right wing, under a minute to go in the first half. Top of the key, Spring Yagi fires away from 3-point range and misses. Allie Walentine with the Rebel rebound. AWOL across the timeline. Rebels attacking left to right on mylocalradio.com. Walentine bowled over by Yagi. AWOL lost control of the dribble, went to the floor, had possession. Yagi came in to try and take it away, and Spring just picked up her 3rd personal. So Yagi and Hansen with 3 apiece, a bunch of others with 2 apiece, and Walentine goes back to the line where she's 0 for 3 in this ball game. Allie, on the season, 48% free throw shooter. Will have dropped so far in this game. Again, 0 of 3 at the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. Rebels getting there a lot, just not hitting a lot of them. Walentine's first misses wide right. 45.1 seconds left in the first quarter, or the first half. And the Rebels somewhere in the ballpark of 5 of 15 from the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. Visit BearLakeRealty.com for any real estate needs in the Bear Lake area. Walentine hits this one, back iron and down through. So she's 1 of 5 in the ball game. Coach Jason Hansen asks for a timeout with his team on top. 39-22 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. We'll take a quick timeout as well and be back after this. It's a timeout brought to you by Comprehensive Family Dental.
Serving Wyoming since 1941, Plains Tire is Wyoming's oldest and largest tire dealer with great locations throughout the state. They'll get you the right tires and offer the best results for your vehicle at the lowest prices, guaranteed. Plus, you can go to any Plains Tire Pro dealer with their nationwide warranty service. And check out their Plains Tire phone app.
Come down and see us at Plains Tires on 157 Bear River Drive for all your automotive needs. Hablamos también español.
Rebels 3 of 11 in the quarter from the free throw line. That makes them 6 of 17 in the ball game, 35% at the Bear Lake Realty free throw line, Rich. I mean, and free throws, you know, if they make 60% of those, you know, that's an extra 5-6 points on the board. That doesn't make a huge difference, but every little bit helps. And Rebels struggling from the free throw line this evening. Again, right around 35%. Lyman with the basketball and a 39-22 lead, 17-point deficit for Rich. Across the timeline comes Cassidy Nelson, or Hansen rather, Bryce Hansen. Down to the left corner, and Tingy forces Olivia Smith to dribble out of bounds. Tingy with hands in the air, moving her feet. And the Eagles turn it over for just a 6th time in the game. Rebels had 9 turnovers in the first quarter. They've limited that to just 4 here in the second, and offense has been a lot better. 15 points in the second compared with just 7 in the first. Wallenstein, left wing 3, swishes through. AWOL with another triple, her 3rd T7 Propane in Woodruff 3-point basket of the game. Bradshaw at the top of the key, turns left, back right, then dishes off to Hansen. Bryce left wing, Smith left open long enough that she'll fire away, misses badly off the high part of the glass, and Allie Wallenstein with a Rebel rebound. 6, 5, 4. Stacy to Wallenstein, back to McKenna with 2, 1. She launches the 3 and just misses as the horn sounds. The Rebels go into the half trailing by 14, 39-25 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. After 2 quarters, it's Lyman on top by 14. We'll take a quick timeout. We've got Town of Randolph first half highlights coming up on our halftime show when we return on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
I think another good name for Matt Rex, the owner of T-Bar-S Body Shop in Evanston, would be the Anger Eraser. I came out to the parking lot to find a ding and scratch. I was so angry, I went to T-Bar-S Body Shop to get a quote and met Matt Rex. He said they would fix it, and he'd even talk to my insurance company. When I picked up my car, it looked great. No stress, no hassle. Matt's friendliness and quality service erased all my anger. When your car gets bunged up, don't get angry. Just let T-Bar fix your car.
The best live coverage of local sports, weather, local news, and radio classifieds, plus online streaming music, giveaways, and more. It's all on mylocalradio.com. Watch as your high school teams clash with their biggest rivals. Listen to the latest from your team's coaches. Catch up on local and regional news and stream your favorite music. Visit mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook and stream it all live.
Early Oregon-bound immigrants traveled through the Bear Lake Valley. U.S. Highway 30 basically follows the Oregon Trail. Many wagon trains stopped at Thomas L. Pegleg Smith Trading Post, located near Dingle, Idaho, for supplies. One traveler wrote of camping along Cotton Line Bear River, watching grass as tall as a man wave in the wind. Today, you don't have to ride in a wagon to visit Bear Lake Valley, but the rich history is still here to enjoy. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
When you have your vehicle serviced by the experienced, certified technicians at Rocky Mountain Yeti, you'll have a legendary experience. With a comfortable customer waiting area, you can watch the big screen television or use the free Wi-Fi while you enjoy free hot waffles with ice cream. Our professional technicians work on all makes and models and handle everything from routine service to major repair. Stop in today, 100 Wasatch Road, Evanston. Visit www.yetiauto.group. Rocky Mountain Yeti, legend driven.
Welcome to the halftime show where the Rebels trail by 14, 39-25 at the end of the first half. The Rebels got 10 points all in the second quarter from Allie Wallenstein, 4 points out of McKenna Stacy, but shot just 35% from the free throw line. If the Rebels had shot even 59% from the line, the deficit would be 10 instead of 14, but such is the case. The Rebels 6 of 17 from the line in the first half, and a 14-point deficit halfway through tonight's broadcast, tonight's game. Rebel drill team performing. They're going to get set for the state drill competition, which is, I think, not this weekend, but next Friday, February 1st at Utah Valley University. Rebel drill team took second place at regionals a couple of weeks ago. Enjoy them performing here at the half. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with your Town of Randolph first half highlights when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
According to the United States Census of 2010, the town of Randolph has a population of 464 people, and every one of us root for the Rich High Rebels.
Who slams it home?
Welcome to Randolph, Utah. We love being able to host the visiting teams, their coaches, their parents, and fans when Rich High has a home game. We love all of our visitors year-round and hope that you can take some time soon to come and visit us in our little slice of heaven, Randolph, Utah.
Sometimes when you're shopping for a vehicle, you're not sure what you want, so you drop by and look at all the options. Other times you know exactly what you want. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, you can call us or schedule a test drive online. We'll have it ready when you get here. We're here to help you get exactly what you want on your schedule. So whether you want to browse or pre-schedule a test drive, Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet is here for you. 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
Welcome back at the half. Time for some first half highlights brought to you by the town of Randolph. Good luck from Mayor Lynn Weston, board members Sim Bell, Brian Wires, Larry Kennedy, Melanie Lim, and clerk Lana Peart. The Rebels, Allie Wallenstein, 3 of 4 from three-point range in the second quarter, had 10 points. Fallon Johnson had 4 points, 3 rebounds, and McKenna Stacy with 4 points in that first half. And Lyman, though, with the big lead. They forced a bunch of turnovers, and that was a huge issue for the Rebels in the first half. Against Lyman's full court press, Rich had 9 turnovers in the first quarter. Now they adjusted, a Pugstone Sporting Goods adjustment of the game, and turned it over just 4 times in the second quarter. And here it was one of the biggest differences that made. In the first quarter, Lyman had 22 points. They used, a lot of points off turnovers, points in transition. In the second quarter, when Rich had just 4 turnovers, Lyman, now still 17 points is more than you want to allow, but that's 5 points fewer in the second quarter because Rich took care of the ball. The bigger difference was in the Rich scoring. With 9 turnovers in the first quarter, Rich scored 7. With 4 turnovers in the second quarter, the Rebels scored 18. They've got to take care of that basketball. The golden rule, take care of it, treat the rock like gold. We'll see if the Rebels can do that better in the second half like they did in the second quarter. If they can, that would certainly be a candidate or in the discussion for the Pugstone Sporting Goods adjustment of the game. Had a fantastic play early on. The Rebels beat the press. Lauren Thompson found Sydney Hatch a dart pass across the lane through traffic, and then Hatch finished on the left side. That's one candidate for the Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet play of the game. Again, these first half highlights are brought to you by the town of Randolph from the mayor and board members along with clerk Lana Peart. Rebels trail 39-25 at the half on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rebel drill team performed, the Rebel cheer squad as well. Fun to see those gals. You see the drill team with their 2 or 3 or 4 different dance numbers. The cheer squad always working on new songs, new dances, and always fun to see them out. And also a shout out and hats off to the Rich Rebel Pep Band. Little Guns N' Roses getting started now with Chris Woods up there on the guitar and all the other Rebels up there. I think we got Nathan Woods, Gage Peterson. I've got, let's see, who else? Taya Peterson, Jamie Meekum, Danny Staley. I hope I didn't miss anybody. 3:05 left until third quarter action begins. The Rebels down by 14. Rebels have been good in the second half for the last 8 or 10 games. We'll see if they can continue that tonight. Hosting 3A's Lyman Lady Eagles from Wyoming. We'll be back with our Epic Recreation third quarter in the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Business cards are a powerful and inexpensive way to promote the goods and services you offer. You can design your own cards or have the professionals at Westar Printing design your business cards. Now with same-day and next-day turnaround on all business card printing, you don't have to wait. Get your business cards today. Professional quality, inexpensive prices, and quick turnaround. Visit Westar Printing, 243 7th Street in Evanston, across from the library. Westar Printing, 307-789-5202.
Dr. Dog, the other day I was at the dog park and ran into Keegan, the Irish setter from up the road. When we smelled hello, I was surprised because he smelled like delicious roasted duck. When I asked if he'd been hunting, he said nein, he had been to see you.
Yes, Mr. Hans German Shepherd, I'm recommending Canine Superfood Advanced from PetMinerals.com for all my canine patients. The powder mixes with your dog food to create a delicious duck-flavored gravy. Order your Superfood Advanced from PetMinerals.com today.
When you hit the bullseye playing darts, it's a great thing. When a rock hits your windshield and creates a bullseye, it's a bad thing. A small bullseye in your windshield can grow into a monster crack that covers the whole window. T-Bar Body Shop in Evanston fixes rock chips. If the rock chip in your windshield has already grown into a giant crack, T-Bar Body Shop can fix that too. When it comes to window repair or replacement, make sure you always hit the bullseye. Let T-Bar fix your car. Call us today, 789-2639.
Engaging youth to reach their fullest potential while advancing the field of youth development. That is 4-H. Helping young people develop citizenship, leadership, responsibility, and life skills. That is 4-H. Nearly 6 million active participants, more than 25 million alumni worldwide. 4-H members strive to make the best better, and they learn by doing. Find out more about 4-H in Rich County by calling the 4-H office in the county building in Randolph. Agriculture, citizenship, healthy living, science, engineering, and technology. That is 4-H.
Lyman Eagles have won big a bunch of times this season. They beat Kemmer by 39, beat Butte County, Idaho by almost 40, 38 points. Eagles have wins over Rock Springs, 4A Wyoming's Rock Springs. That was a 15-point win. They beat Green River of 4A Wyoming by 18 points. And Hammer Jackson beat 3A Riverton. Only losses on the year for Lyman were against the 3A rival and cross town, just outside of town, right? Cross County, I guess. Mountain View. They lost to Mountain View early. Then they lost to Star Valley, a very good 4A team. Lost to Douglas, 3A's #1 team. And lost to 4A's then #1, Thunder Basin, 52-48. Lyman will have the basketball to start our Epic Recreation third quarter action. Thompson, Wallenstein, Stacy, Hatch, and Fallon Johnson on the floor. Bradshaw, pretty pass across the lane, but a missed shot by Cassidy Nelson. Rebel Sydney Hatch with the rebound, and Rich with a chance to score first in the second half. Stacy on the left wing, dribbles past the D, pulls up, and just misses. Rebound tipped. Hatch had it. It's on the baseline, last touched by the Rebels, out of bounds to the Eagles. Bradshaw battling for that rebound and wins it for her team. 7:37 left in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Air, Bradshaw, Yagi, Smith, and Nelson on the floor for the Lyman Eagles. Rebels in a 2-3 zone defense. Air, free throw line. Bradshaw, right wing, Smith for three. A knuckleball shot misses, but Yagi with the offensive rebound. Smith fires back inside to Nelson, who turns and kicks it outside. Then Bradshaw receives it on the cut and travels through the lane. I don't think that was a travel. She just got robbed. That looked like good footwork to me, unless I missaw. She didn't like the call either, but as it is, it's a giveaway, and the Rebels take over, trailing by 14 with 7:10 left in the Epic Recreation third. Rebels quickly work it to Johnson on the right wing. One dribble, nowhere to go with it. Picks up and throws it away. Bradshaw anticipates, steals it. She'll head up court, stops, pops, and misses. Just a little too strong. Fallon Johnson with the Rebel rebound. Bradshaw from the right angle, about 5 feet out, just shot too strong. She rips it away again, another steal. Second Rebel turnover. Bradshaw with 5 steals already in the game. She averages almost 6 per game. Air in the left corner. Left-handed long baseball pass to the right wing. Spring Yagi. Free throw line. They kick it back to Bradshaw. Top of the key three is short. Rebound out. Stacy has it. Tipped to Thompson for the Rebels. Up ahead to Stacy. McKenna tries something, but nothing there. Long skip pass to Fallon at the left angle. Outside left corner. Thompson for three. Misses short. Rebels fight for and hustle to the rebound, but Wallenstein throws it away. looking to get it back up top to Stacy. Yagi to Air. Yagi got the steal on that Rebel giveaway. Bradshaw fires right corner. Yagi fires back up top. Air drops it in. Free throw line. Smith turns, shoots, and misses off the window. Sydney Hatch with the Rebel rebound. Rebels are getting some defensive stops. They've got to get some offensive points. Wallenstein up to the left corner. Thompson dribbles in to the lane. Ball wrapped up and taken away. Jump ball is what they'll call. That's a giveaway, essentially. I mean, Rich will win this Mound Valley Cattle Company jump ball, brought to you by Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. But now they don't get the next possession arrow, maybe at the start of the fourth quarter or on the next jump ball, should we have one here in the third. Stacy to inbound, goes to Tingy, left corner. Thompson on the left wing, looks back to Stacy in the left corner. Great screen by Tingy, and Stacy misses over the top. Hatch had it. It goes off of Hatch and out of bounds. It looked to me like it went off Bryce Hansen's foot, but I'm a long ways away and must have touched Hatch last as it rolls out of bounds. 5:41 left in the Epic Recreation third, and neither team has scored through 2.5 minutes of play in the third period. Bradshaw to the left wing, back to her right, follows a screen all the way down to the right baseline, passes across the lane. Stacy tips it, and Nelson chases it down but lets it go out off of Rich. The Eagles will inbound from their left corner in front of the Rebel crowd. Inbound to Hansen. Bryce with 3 fouls, dribbles back up to center court. Rebels have switched to a man-to-man, it looks like. A little give and go, and Smith misses. Nelson with the rebound. Put back from the right block is good. That's Cassidy Nelson's first bucket, but her 6th rebound of the game by my tally. Rebels on the right wing. Up top, Hatch looks back right. Lauren Thompson, open 3, fires away and just misses. Hatch the offensive rebound, and she's fouled on the putback. Olivia Smith, I think, just picked up her 3rd personal. And she did. So Sydney Hatch with the offensive rebound earns a trip to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. We've got a timeout on the floor. We'll take a moment for a comprehensive family dental timeout, but first, station identification.
You're tuned in to Rich Rebel Sports on KADQ Evanston. What are 2 words that tell the world you had the best time ever? Epic Recreation. That's right. Nothing else compares, and you do it all again. Epic Recreation rents equipment and cabins for your vacation fun at Bear Lake. Open year-round, Epic Recreation has everything you need: boats, sea-doos, paddleboards, kayaks, UTVs, and more. When you want to have an epic vacation at Bear Lake, remember, Epic Recreation equals epic fun. Visit epicrecreation.net.
Five minutes left in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Lyman on top, 41-25. Rebels had a 18-point second quarter after just 7 points in the first. Sydney Hatch at the Bear Lake Realty free throw line, a 59% shooter from the stripe this season, misses the first back iron. Her second attempt is up, and this one finds its way home. 41-36, a 15-point deficit. That's the Rebels' first points of the Epic Recreation third. Rich applying some full court pressure. Lyman beats it easily. Spring Yagi right corner 3 off the front iron, rebound. Stacy and Bradshaw fighting for it. Bradshaw wins that battle, the senior over the sophomore. Yagi on the right wing, kicks it up top. Hansen drops into Smith, kick across to Yagi, right block. Long pass, and Bradshaw tips it to Hansen out near the timeline. McKinley steps up, left wing 3, swish. McKinley Bradshaw, that shot, so nice. Such perfect form. And she buries it. Stacy drives and hits from the left side. She stepped through, shot with the right hand just because of how the footwork came out. 44-28. Rebels gave Rich an extra 10 points there. It's 28, not 38. A drive, a float, a hit by Bryce Hansen. She found a lane straight up the middle, hit the floater, and she was fouled. The foul charge to Lauren Thompson. That's her second personal. Bryce Hansen has a chance for the three-point play. Bryce averages 7.5 per game, but tonight, give her 11 with the swished free throw. She's about a 93% free throw shooter. Spring Yagi gets a breather. Mandy Air checks into the game. Rebel first team foul of the Epic Recreation third quarter. 47-28, a 19-point Lyman lead. Tingy dribbles right, hands off to Stacy. McKenna fires inside. She thought Hatch would cut, but McKinley Bradshaw cut, gets the steal. She'll fire ahead, and Mandy Air can't quite get to it. That was a hot and high pass, and Air couldn't quite get up for it. 47-28, Rebels trail. Rich with the basketball. 4 turnovers in this third quarter, midway through. Thompson on the right wing, dribbles toward her left. Smith coming out to defend. Lauren looks back right, then looks left. Not much movement from Rich. Now the movement gets going. Thompson dribbles left, then back right, and Coach Lundgren calls for a timeout. 3:36 left in the third quarter, and Lyman on top, 47-28 on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
Some folks say that life can be measured in seasons. At Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet in Evanston, we have vehicles for every season. From new to experienced drivers, we understand that safety, affordability, and great mileage are always on the must-have list. So whether you're just starting out or it's time to expand your fleet, we've got every season covered. Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet. Stop in today, 624 Front Street, Evanston. We're a different kind of dealer.
.36 remaining coming out of that comprehensive family dental timeout. Dr. Sean Grohl providing quality family dentistry since 1998 with 2 locations, one in Randolph, one in Hiram, Utah for your convenience. That's comprehensive family dental. Rebels needed to force tonight or come away with a bunch of station in Randolph steals, and while they've had a few, they haven't had quite enough, and too many turnovers. 17 I've got Rich with in the ball game. Now that we've still got plenty of time, 3:36 left in the Epic Recreation third quarter, 15 and a half minutes to go, 11 and a half minutes left to go total. But a big deficit, 19 points, Rebels trail, but have the basketball. Lauren dribbles to her left, nothing doing, back to her right against the 1-3-1 zone. Gives to Tingy in the right corner, back up top, Thompson. Looks like Lyman has switched to a man-to-man defense. Stacy gets it on the left side. She'll drive, put it up and in. Fought through the defense, and Stacy with her 4th field goal of the game brings Rich back to within 17. Rich needs some stops and some more offensive production. Long skip pass, left wing to Bradshaw. She'll skip it back to Hansen. Drop inside, looking for Nelson. Walentine stepped in front to try and take it away. It's deflected out. Hansen and Thompson get tied up, and Lauren picks up a 3rd personal foul. Rebel second team foul. J.C. Cornea checks in. Sydney Hatch gets a breather. Thompson has 3. 4 or 5 other Rebels have 2 apiece in the foul category. Right wing, Hansen skips it to Bradshaw. She'll dribble free throw line. Kick it to Hansen, deflected by Thompson. Hansen can't hold on, out of bounds to the Rebels, 47-30. Trailing, Rich down by 17 with 2:51 left in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Looking for our Dr. McKay Frankham Dental Services precision play of the game. Rebels have had some good plays, some nice shots. Thompson dribbles right to the right corner. Tingy looking inside, dribbles, drives, floats from the right baseline and misses. Rebound on the floor, a jump ball will go to Lyman. J.C. Cornea wrapped up with McKinley Bradshaw on a Mountain Valley Cattle Company jump ball. So the Eagles will inbound. Rebels tried to press a little bit, but Lyman had no trouble breaking the press, and so Rich is backed off back into a 2-3 zone. Air at the top of the key, dribbles left, free throw line, kick it out to Bradshaw, skips it right side to Hansen. Bryce holding, defense comes out. She gets away with a travel as she dribbles right. Coach Lundgren pleading for it as well. Bradshaw gets it, steps up to a 3 and misses short. Thompson with the Rebel rebound, turns, runs, takes on Bradshaw and can't quite finish, but McKinley just picked up a 3rd personal foul, contesting the fast break opportunity for Lauren Thompson. Lauren goes to the free throw line. That is Bradshaw's 3rd personal in the game. Lauren has not attempted a free throw tonight. She's missed a couple of field goal attempts, averaging 4.9 points per game. This one rattles and pops out halfway down, and the Rebels' free throw shooting woes continue. Just 1 of 3 in the third quarter, 7 of 20 in the ball game. Some quick math, that's just better than 33%, 35%. Thompson hits the second, and Rich trails by 16. 47-31 on the Stacey's Repair scoreboard. 2:01 left in the Epic Recreation third quarter. Also looking for a Pugstone Sporting Goods adjustment of the game. Hansen drops it into Bradshaw. McKinley at the free throw line, turns right, spins back left, pulls up short. Good defense by Tingy, but Bradshaw gets her own rebound. She'll fire, dribble back around, try to fight her way through. Ball poked away, and a whistle, a foul on the floor. And for the Rebels, it's J.C. Cornea. I've got that as J.C.'s first. I thought I might have missed one, but no, that is Cornea's first personal foul. Bradshaw with 13 points, 4 rebounds, 5 steals. Inbound, Hansen across the lane. Thompson strips it away, but then Tingy fouls. Tingy or Stacy? No, Lauren Thompson. That's Lauren's 4th. She's been active, swatting away at basketballs, and Kendall Staple will have to check into the game. Inbound, and Rebels contest Bradshaw. The Lyman Eagles just like to lob it high to where Bradshaw is, and Rich trying to defend and stop that, almost get a double team on Bradshaw, or triple team, and she's adjusted to that by just tipping it away. This time, though, McKenna Stacy picks up a 3rd personal foul. Bradshaw again in the middle of the lane. They'll lob it to her just inside free throw line. She'll dribble once, drive, put it up and in with the right hand. With her size, strength, and athleticism, that's just almost impossible to stop. And that's, I think, why Rich has tried to contest her even getting the ball on that lob pass. Wallenstein fires left wing. Stacy fakes the shot. Help defense comes. She'll dish off, but get fouled before she gets rid of it. Mandy Eyre picks up her first. No, second for Mandy Eyre. Just about everybody who's seen time tonight has at least 2 fouls. Rebels with a Crawford Trough inbound play. Stacy looking, doesn't even have the release valve, just throws it in, trying to go off the legs of Eyre, and instead Yagi picks it up, and the Rebels turn it over for a 5th time in the quarter. 1:16 left in the Epic Recreation 3rd. Eyre kicks it left corner. Yagi back up top to Hansen. Bradshaw getting a breather with her team up 49-31, an 18-point lead. Eyre drops it into the middle. Cornea reaches in and misses the ball, taps Olivia Smith on the noggin, and JC picks up a 2nd personal. Rebels 6-team foul. We had 1 foul apiece with about 4 minutes left in the quarter, and we've picked up 5 quick fouls there. Cornea with 2. Lauren Thompson has 4 total. Lyman with 3 team fouls. Yagi in the right baseline. Good quick passing. Jumper is short by Cassidy Nelson on the right block, and Sydney Hatch with the Rebel rebound, her 4th of the quarter. 18-point deficit. Rebels, Allie Wallenstein across the timeline. Awal, Tingy, Stacy, Cornea, and Hatch on the floor. Stacy follows a few screens but can't get open in the left corner. Rebels go the other way to Tingy. She'll hand back to Wallenstein. Allie, instead of going back the other way, drives, misses with the left hand just short. Good decision, just couldn't quite get the shot to go. Fast break, Lyman breaks any kind of pressure in transition. They beat Rich easily that time. Olivia Smith finishes on the right side, 51-31, a 20-point lead for Lyman. Tingy on the right wing, hands to McKenna. Stacy dribbles once, pulls up, right angle, 15 feet out. Stacy swishes it through. A quick whistle, and was that a warning against Rich? I think one of the, or what's that? Oh, Smith limping off the court. Lyman gets a timeout. Rebel bucket there makes it 51-33 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. 7-6, Eyre kicks it right side. Hansen, free throw line. Nelson turns, shoots, and misses back iron. Cornea pulls down the rebound. Dishes off to Stacy as time expires. And at the end of 3, it's Lyman leading by 18, 51-33 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. We'll take a quick timeout and bring you the 4th quarter. After this, it's the Epic Recreation 3rd quarter on the Wildlife at mylocalradio.com.
At beautiful Bear Lake, skiing, snowmobiling, sailing, and swimming are just some of the fun activities offered to recreationists. The Greater Bear Lake Valley offers prime hunting and fishing areas, whether it's trout fishing in the streams or ice fishing for Cisco on the lake, hunting deer or seeking elk along the high mountain ridges. The scenic corner of Utah and Idaho offers outdoor recreation and historical interests away from crowds and high prices. Visit bearlake.org for more information.
Got Rich with 18 turnovers in the ball game, and Lyman leading 51-33 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Rich just 8 of 21 from the free throw line and 38% from that stripe. Trailing by 18 points. Do some quick math as if Rich makes 5 or 6 more free throws, and it's a 12-point lead. That looks a lot better and feels a lot better than an 18-point deficit. Rich will have the basketball to start the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital 4th quarter. We'll watch for a Pugstone Sporting Goods adjustment of the game. McKay Frankham Dental Services precision play of the game. And the Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet shot and play of the game. Steals tonight are brought to you by the station in Randolph. Tingy, left corner. Stacy loses her footing, keeps the dribble alive, and gives back to Tingy. Sage dribbles around the top of the arc, pulls up, and her shot is blocked. Stacy saves it to Mandy Eyre. Long pass, almost hits Wallenstein in the back, and then Sydney Hatch comes up with the loose ball. Rebels force more of a Lyman giveaway. 7:33 left in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth. Stacy, right corner. Cornea mishandles it, but keeps possession. Stacy drives, misses short, gets her own rebound, turns, looks to shoot. Too many defenders there. She'll give off to Sage, and Tingy misses the shot. She'll defend Bradshaw, who pushes up court. Right side. She's looking to go to the hole. Nope, dishes off. Hansen for the wide open right corner three. Misses, and Allie Wallenstein with the Rebel rebound. Wallenstein's fourth rebound of the game. AWOL goes up ahead to Tingy. Sage thinks about driving, but the defense closed out quick. Tingy looks inside, then back outside for Wallenstein, and a reach in on Bryce Hansen. She just picked up her fourth. Hansen had 3 midway through the second quarter. She's played foul free until that whistle. 6:57 left in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth, and the Lyman Eagles leading 51-33. Hatch into Stacy in the left corner. She'll step through and try to draw contact. Didn't get the contact she wanted. Bradshaw with the rebound for Lyman. McKinley up court. Gets Tingy on the floor and misses the pull-up three from the top of the key. Sydney Hatch with the Rebel rebound. Tingy trying to defend. Couldn't stay with Bradshaw. Long pass up ahead. J.C. Cornea, right corner. Jumper from 15 feet. Cornea rattles it home. Her second field goal of the game. And Rich has cut it to 16. A couple of stops here will be key if Rich wants to battle back into this. 6:20 left in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth. Bryce Hansen shoots and misses the three. Sydney Hatch with the rebound. Her 6th of the half, 8th of the game. Hatch with 3 points. And as I mentioned, barely just 8 rebounds. Cornea to Stacy. McKenna fakes the shot, spins, and she's fouled by Mandy Eyre on her way to the hoop. Eyre picks up a 3rd personal foul. I've got Hansen with 4, and then Eyre, Yagi, Nelson, Bradshaw, and Smith with 3 apiece. Rebels have Lauren Thompson with 4, and a handful of others with 2 or 3. Inbound to Cornea. She'll bounce near the free throw line. Tingy starts right, goes left, misses, gets her own rebound, hands it to Cornea, who misses the shot, but she's fouled. Rebels hustling inside, and some of those shots you go, no, because there's too many tall trees in there, but they get them off, and Cornea earns a trip to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. 4th personal foul on Spring Yagi. And Cornea at the line. This is her first trip to the Bear Lake Realty free throw line tonight. First one misses wide left. JC Van, I don't know if you want to hear this, 39% from the free throw line this season. And that just dropped a half percentage point with the miss on the front end of this 2 free throw trip. Second one swishes through. When she's on, she's on. I think she hit 8 in a row in that win over Bear Lake. Went 8 for 8 in the ball game. Tingy steps in and goes high to tip one away from Mandy Eyre. Station in Randolph steal for Tingy. One of the, could be a candidate for our Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet play of the game should the Rebels climb back in. Tingy gives it left corner to Cornea, and there's a foul away from the ball as Stacy tried to cut through the lane. Mandy Eyre picks up a 4th personal foul and sends McKenna Stacy to the line to shoot 1 and 1. McKenna has 10 points in the game. 6 of those came in the 3rd quarter. And here in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth, McKenna, a 71% free throw shooter, steps to the line for a 1 and 1. First, good swish. The sophomore has 11 points. She averages 16.5 per game. Had 27 and 23 over the weekend in the win over Manila, 27, and the loss at North Summit, 23. Stacy's second. High and gets the shooter's roll. Front of the rim to the back of the rim and down through. Stacy has 12, and the Rebels are within 13. 51-38 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Bradshaw, nice. Draws in the D, dishes off to Mandy Eyre. A perfect dime. Eyre with 10 points. She finishes on the left block. And that 13-point deficit goes back to 15. Stacy drives, misses, trying to draw the contact. Bradshaw the rebound. Good passing across the lane, left to right, and Olivia Smith finishes with the easy 2. Bradshaw got that started with the defense and then the rebound and the push, the outlet pass. And the lead suddenly, it goes from 13 to 15 in a matter, or 13 to 17 in a matter of seconds. Cornea fires in for Hatch. Bradshaw reaches in, and McKinley just picked up a fourth. Air, Hansen, Yagi, and Bradshaw, all with 4 fouls apiece. Let's see, Yagi, Bradshaw, Hansen, and Air all on the floor currently. Olivia Smith all out there as well. She's got 3 fouls. Sydney Hatch at the line, shooting 1-1. That's an 8th team foul on the Lyman Eagles, and Hatch makes good on the first. Sydney will get a second Bear Lake Realty free throw. Sydney's hit her last 2 after missing her first one. 55-39. Hatch can make it a 15-point game with this second Bear Lake Realty free throw attempt. And she does, swishes it through. Hatch, for the first, 7 or 8 games of the season, by percentages, was the best free throw shooter on the team. She was close to 80% through the first few games. Free throw line, Smith rather, she'll give to a cutting Air, misses the shot, gets her own rebound, almost poked away, then wrapped up with Wallenstein and a Mountain Valley Cattle Company jump ball, brought to you by Eddie and Todd Jensen out of Thatcher, Idaho. Possession arrow keeps it on Lyman's offensive end of the floor with Lyman on top, 55-40, a 15-point lead with 4:38 left in this Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter. The referees have a little conference. It was a short one, just making sure they're on the same page, I think, with some intricacy of officiating. Olivia Smith inbounds. She finds Air. Back to Smith. I don't know if she'd established herself inbounds, but she has it. Turns, fights through the defense. Coach Lundgren or a couple of Rebel coaches asking for a travel. They don't get it. It's a foul on the Rebels' J.C. Cornea, her 3rd personal. And that's a Rebel 7th team foul, so Smith will shoot 1-1. Olivia in the game, 2, 4, 6, 8, 7 of 8 from the line. And on the season, Olivia Smith, a 59% free throw shooting. Where's this coming from tonight? She swishes the first one through. 8 of 9. Again, let me say that number again and double check it. Yeah, coming into the game, Smith was a 59% free throw shooter. She's 8 of 9 in the ball game. Swishes the first one through and has a second one coming. A few dribbles, crouches down, eyes the basket, fires away and rattles it home. Olivia with 17 points in the game. That pushes Lyman back up by 17. Lauren fires inside. Bradshaw, so good at just baiting teams and players into making that pass that she knows she can get in front of. This one, luckily for Rich, is deflected out of bounds. McKenna Stacy with a Crawford Trough inbound play. Crawford Trough in Randolph. Stacy inbounds left corner. Wallenstein fires away, partially blocked by Bradshaw. Ball goes up over the top. Hatch with the Rebel offensive rebound. And Rich resets the offense. Stacy dribbles left and back right, follows a screen, step back, wanted the 3, but Mandy Air got out there defensively. Great closeout by the Lyman Eagles junior, Mandy Air. 4:05 left to go. Rebels down by 17. Stacy fakes the 3, drives, floats, misses short, fights for the rebound. Bradshaw has it. Fallon Johnson pokes it away out of bounds to Lyman with 3:59 left to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth. Bradshaw has been big on the boards here in this second half. I've got her with 6 rebounds in the half, 8 in the ball game. She averages 7.5 per game to go along with her almost 20 points. A little bit shy of that tonight with 15, but still half of this Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth quarter to go. Smith drops it in to Yagi on the left baseline. She'll pass into the middle, and the Rebels deflect it and take it away. Fallon Johnson, a station in Randolph steal. Rebels looking for some offensive production. Fallon on the left wing. Up top, Wallenstein. She had 10 points in the second quarter. Hit 3 T7 Propane and Woodruff triples. She fires away again and hits this one. Allie Wallenstein with the triple. And Rich back to within 14, 57-43. Can they get a stop here with 3:20 left to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth? Hansen into the middle. Nelson out to Smith. Playing keep away. Hansen left wing to Air. Mandy holding. Rebels in a 2-3 zone defense. Yagi left corner. Bradshaw not on the floor with 4 personal fouls. 3:03 left to go. Air on the left wing. Fakes a shot. Drives all the way to the hoop. Up with the left hand. No. Nelson the offensive board. Fouled on the putback. Rebound comes down. Bounces out of bounds off of Lyman. The official said white, then pointed to Lyman basketball. Then corrected and pointed the other way. Taylor Cornea checks into the game for Rich. Maybe some three-point shooting there as the Rebels have a 14-point deficit. And Lyman will send in a line change. Boy, including a number, wow, these are players I don't even have on the varsity roster. A 14-point lead with 2:53 to go. Rebels bring in McKinnon and Staple along with Thompson, Johnson, and Cornea. Taylor in the left corner, and she travels. I'm gonna have to figure out who some of these players are. I don't have them. This number 2 is, oh, that's still Bryce Hansen on the floor. Number 3, Charles E. Rose. At the free throw line, Gross, that's Hadley Gross, gives to Rose, and then again to Hansen. They work it around. Rose drives, puts it up with the right hand, and puts it down. Charles E. Rose with her first field goal. 59-43. Rebels trail by 16. Taylor Cornea up top to Fallon Johnson. Then to Thompson on the left wing. Lauren dribbles toward her right, kicks it left corner. Staple back up top. Thompson fires right wing. Johnson with just over 2 minutes left to go in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth. Cornea back up top. Thompson thought about the three, passed up, drives, and hits the shot plus the foul. Lauren Thompson a chance at the three-point play. Thompson 1 for 2 from the free throw line in the ball game. On the season, 53% at the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. This would be your McKay Frankham Dental Services precision play of the game. Lauren with the and one if she can hit the Bear Lake Realty free throw. She does not. Back iron, rebound, and a horn as Rebels chase the rebound down in the corner. They look around. What are we doing? Now Lauren says, okay, I'll just drive. Misses the layup, but gets her own rebound. Kick it back outside. Staple to Johnson. Fallon tries to drive. Ball stripped away. And going the other way is Charles E. Rose. She misses the shot. Fight for the board. Out of bounds off of Rich. Lauren Thompson, 2 offensive rebounds on that possession, but Rich couldn't get any more points out of it. A 14-point deficit with 1:41 left to go, and Sage Tingy checks in for Rich. So McKinnon, Fallon Johnson, along with Staple, Taylor Cornea, and Sage Tingy. Inbound, Tingy blocks from behind. Hadley Gross. Hadley gets her own rebound, or gets the ball right back and shoots and misses, but she's fouled. The foul to Taylor Cornea. And Hadley Gross at the line shooting 2. First swishes through. Rebels 4 of 7 from the free throw line here in the fourth quarter. Puts them at 12 of 28. Gross second free throw misses. McKinnon tips the rebound toward the baseline. Fallon tries to save it but stepped on the baseline. 60-45. Lyman on top and with the basketball. Lob in up top. Inbounding was Madison Harris. Taylor Cornea steals it, misses. She stumbled and tried to just throw it up as she was under the basket. Couldn't get the shot to go. Charles E. Rose with the basketball, and the freshman dribbles across the timeline. Left to right, Lyman attacking. Lyman in the blues, Rebels in the home whites. A 15-point deficit with 1:17 left to go, and Lyman in control in the Bear Lake Memorial Hospital fourth. Taylor Cornea pokes it away and comes up with another station in Randolph steal. Cornea waits for the defense to get back and waits for her offensive teammates to get in position. Staple in the left corner, one dribble, then kicks back up top to Tingy, under a minute to go. Cornea hands back to Tingy. Sage dribbles right, finds a little lane, bounces inside. Fallon turns, shoots, she's blocked, but she's fouled. And the foul will be charged to number 5. I don't have a 5 on the roster. Sean, do you know who number 5 is? Hope Sinnott. She was listed as number 30 on the roster, and Sean doing the Lyman broadcast, helping me out. Thanks. So Hope picks up her. Oh no, they called the foul on Bryce Hansen. Oh, I don't think Bryce is even in the ball game, was she? Well, Bryce Hansen picks up her 5th. And Fallon Johnson heads to the free throw line to shoot 2. 2 of 6 make it 2 of 7 in the ball game for Johnson at the Bear Lake Realty free throw line. Fallon gets a second one and hits that one. 60-46, Rebels down by 14, 50 seconds left to go. Lyman will improve to 12-4 overall. Rebels will dip to 13-4. Still very respectable, good record. And this, again, is a Lyman team, one of the top, maybe second or third best team in Wyoming 3A basketball. Have a player in McKinley Bradshaw who is committed to play for the University of Wyoming, Division I Mountain West Conference basketball. Sage Tingey fouls Mandy Air. That's a Rebel 9th team foul. Tingey's 3rd personal. And Air will go to the line and shoot 1 and 1. Mandy has not attempted a free throw in the ball game. We'll have to see how she does. And she airballs it to the right. So the Rebels will inbound with 41.6 seconds to go. Make sure to stay tuned in our post-game show. We'll have a Freaky Fast recap brought to you by Jimmy John's, plus our plays and shots and adjustments of the game. Tingey bounces right wing to Tingey, or to Cornea, back to Tingey. Sage drives, free throw line, stops, and she's held there with 29.2 seconds to go. The foul charged to Charlie Rose, the freshman's 1st personal, sends Tingey to the line to shoot 2. Sage tonight, 2 of 4 on the season, just above 50%. And she swishes the first one. Sage with 4 points in the game. Rebels have been led tonight by, I think, Stacy's 12. Nope, Wallentine 13 with 4 T7 Propane and Woodruff 3-pointers. Tingey's 2nd free throw, back iron, no good. McKinnon fights for the rebound but can't pull it away from Lyman. Eagles have it. Gross gives to Air with 21 seconds to go. 60-47, a 13-point deficit for Rich. Backdoor cut, nice pass, nice finish. Right elbow, or right baseline, Madison Harris with the basket. 62-47. Cornea to Tingey, free throw line. Wants to shoot, gives to McKinnon, turns, shoots, and hits it just before the buzzer. Taylor McKinnon gets the basket. Rebel fans and teammates and classmates celebrate McKinnon's hoop. But the Rebels lose 62-49 against a very good Lyman team. Rich loses for just the 4th time this season, but kept it respectable against one of Wyoming 3A's top squads. 62-49, Van. Thank you, Van Cornea, running my camera tonight. Brought to you by Bear Lake Realty, the best for all your real estate needs in the Bear Lake area. Visit bearlakerealty.com. Make sure to stay tuned. We've got your post-game show coming up when we return on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com. Again, our final score, 62-49. The Lyman Eagles with the victory over Rich.
Hello all, Dr. Dog here. I want to talk to you about PetMinerals.com. By merging the highest quality veterinary grade ingredients with highly advanced mineral technology, PetMinerals.com produces the most innovative pet supplements on the market. The supplements focus on specific needs like hip and joint, digestive, and overall diet. You and I both know a healthy pet is a happy pet. Show your pets how much you care. Order them supplements today at PetMinerals.com.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock. Stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
Post-game of the Rebels' loss against Lyman. Let's tell you more about it right now on the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap. Jimmy John's at 113 Front Street in Evanston, where fresh and fast meet. Rebels on a Thursday night hosting the Lyman Eagles, one of 3A Wyoming's top teams, and they showed why. They forced 9 Rebel turnovers in the first quarter and raced out to a 22-9 lead. Rebels battled back and trailed by 14 at the half. But then a slow third quarter offensively for Rich, and Lyman pushed out to an 18-point lead. Rich battled back, never giving up. Fought to within 13 late in the fourth, but it was too little too late, and Lyman holds on for a 62-49 victory over the Rebels. Lyman improves to 12-4. The Rebels drop to 13-4 on the season. That's your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap. Jimmy John's, where they spend 6 hours daily slicing all natural meats and fresh produce for your 30-second sandwich. 113 Front Street in Evanston, that's Jimmy John's. You're tuned in to the Rebel postgame of Rich Rebel basketball. We'll be right back with Pugstone Sporting Goods adjustment of the game, the Rolene Kennedy shot and play, and the McKay Frankham Dental Services precision play when we return on the Wildlife and mylocalradio.com.
If you want your truck to really catch the eye, have the professionals at Plains Tire in Evanston install a custom lift kit with new tires and wheels. We've got a huge selection to choose from, so no matter what your style is, we've got the tires and wheels to make you smile. The way your truck looks reflects on you. Get the reflection you want with a lift kit, new tires, and wheels from Plains Tire in Evanston, the tire professionals. 157 Bear River Drive. Stop in today.
My name is Dr. Micah Pullins. I'm an orthopedic surgeon at Evanston Regional Hospital. I perform total hip, total knee, and total shoulder replacement. The huge majority of patients of mine that have undergone total joint replacement have been dealing with pain and disability for many years. After joint replacement and recovery, patients are back to doing the activities that they want to do.
Welcome back post-game. The Lyman Eagles with a win, 62-49 on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. A couple quick items. The Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet shot of the game. Allie Walentine's three-point shot. She hit 4 of them tonight, finished with 13 points. Rebels lost, but honestly kept it respectable. A 13-point loss against a very good Lyman team. I hope that the Rebels don't feel discouraged about that loss. That's a good. They competed well against a very tough team. So yeah, that's your shot of the game. The Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet play of the game. Let's see. Lauren Thompson's drive. Now, she didn't quite finish on the and-one opportunity in the fourth quarter, but came up with a couple of offensive rebounds in the same possession. Tough play, great hustle, good effort. And that's your Rolene Kennedy at Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet play of the game. The McKay Frankham Dental Services Precision play of the game. Also, Lauren Thompson involved in that one. Thanks, guys. Grilled cheese. The Lauren Thompson with the Rebels breaking the press in the first quarter. Thompson fired a pass. It was a long pass from way out high on the right wing to the left block. Sydney Hatch finished on the left side. That was the Rebels' first points of the game. Made it 7-2 early on, and that was a great precision play of the game. McKay Frankham Dental Services at reasonable rates for the whole family at 170 Arrowhead Drive, number 1. And the Pugstone Sporting Goods adjustment of the game, that's the turnovers. Rebels had 9 in the first quarter. They had 11 total the rest of the way. Now, still a few too many, 4 in the second, 5 in the third, but took care of the ball much better after that first quarter. That's your Pugstone Sporting Goods adjustment of the game. Darren and Kerry, thank you for your support, and they will rebuild and be back, and we look forward to it. 62-49, the final on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. We'll take another quick break, and we'll have your Rebel Sports update here from Rich Rebel Wrestling Coach as they prepare for next week's regional or divisional tournament. We'll hear from Coach Cornea when we return on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com.
It's fun helping each customer find the best vehicle for their needs. I'm Tracy Lawley, and I've worked with my brother Kirk for 23 years. Back in 1969, my grandfather Donnell Jensen sold a customer this 1969 Dodge Charger. Years later, I had the opportunity to sell that same customer a new Dodge truck. And we continue to have the opportunity to serve his children and grandchildren. If you're buying a car from someone who isn't having fun, you should definitely come see me before you sign on the dotted line.
In today's world, with so many places to shop and so many options to choose from, sometimes you have to boil it down to one simple question: where do I get treated the best? At Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, we work hard to make sure every customer knows how much we appreciate them. We love what we do, and we believe in the products we sell. Our goal is to build a lasting friendship with every customer so we can serve you and your family for generations. Visit us today, Cash Honda Yamaha, 3765 US 91, Hyde Park, Utah.
62-49, the final score on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. Lyman with the win, and they improved to 12-4. They've now beat Rich, I think, 6 times in a row in this matchup. Looking back on the Lake Town ledger, yeah, Lyman with 6 consecutive wins against Rich. Not a big surprise. Lyman's a bigger area, bigger population, bigger school, and they, with a player like McKinley Bradshaw, it's tough to compete with. But boy, hand it to Lyman. They're a great team, and look forward to good things from them come state tournament time. We'll see how they finish out. But in the meantime, we'll move along with our Rebel Sports update here on KADQ. Again, our final score, 62-49, Lyman with the win. Ryan Steineckert with Cooper Cornea of the Rich Rebel wrestling team. Coach, tell me about last weekend and Cokeville and Aberdeen.
So Cokeville was a good duel for us. It was tough. Cokeville has always had a tough program, and that hasn't changed this year. They got 6 really tough seniors. We went over there and we got a few kids, a couple matches, which is good. Newly Cornea got 3, Colton Hislop got 3. So just as far as mat time, it was a really good thing. And I thought it was an especially good duel for Colton Hislop. He's been doing well this year. And he went over there and wrestled 2 of their very tough seniors. And, unfortunately, he came out on, he didn't come out on top on either one of those, but they were good matches for him to learn. You get better by wrestling tough opponents. So that way I think it was a good thing for him.
Is Colton at the level that you think he can compete for a 1A Utah State championship?
Oh, of course. He's been doing well all year. He won Wind River. He was right there in Bear Lake. So I think he's got a good chance. It's tough because we don't see our opponents from the South until region. But just going off how he's done this year, he's going to have to wrestle at his top level, but I definitely think he's got a chance.
That is an interesting thing. Other places I've seen, guys might move up a weight or down a weight based on, well, this guy at that other school in the region is also at that weight. So you got to move or prepare for them and things like that. You guys don't get as much of that because you don't see any 1A opponents until region.
Right. So instead of doing face-to-face scouting, it's more of an online scouting, which can be deceiving. But we have track wrestling, a program online where everybody enters their results, and so we do a lot of looking on there. And we definitely keep our eyes on the 1A all-star duels to see who's entered in those. And we shift around a little bit according to what we see on there.
Cooper, how did things go up in Aberdeen over the weekend?
Aberdeen was a great tournament for us. So Friday was a pod-style tournament, round robin, and then they seeded the kids out of there into an 8-man bracket on Saturday. So not all the kids were able to wrestle in the 8-man bracket. You had to be, in those top 8 out of about 20 wrestlers. So it was tough. Colton Hislop wrestled well again. He came in 3rd. That isn't where he likes to finish. He usually likes to be in the finals match, but those 2 kids from Idaho that were in the finals were super tough. So a 3rd-place finish is really good. And then Riker Conk bumped down to 132 this week. He's been wrestling 138, and he had more success than he has at 138. He was 4th at 132.
Now, this week you were scheduled to go to Sugar Salem. That's been canceled, so your next tournament is the region tournament.
Yeah, we've got a week off here to heal up, hopefully. It's been a long season. As far as amount of matches, it's a short season time period, but the kids have wrestled a lot, so it'll be good to get them a break, and then we'll be right into region. So hopefully we can have 2 weeks of good practice and be sharp for region tournament.
Coach Cooper Cornea of the Rich Rebel wrestling team, thanks for your time. Good luck at regionals.
Thanks.
Cooper Cornea, Rich Rebel wrestling team. Regional tournament is next Friday and Saturday, or is it just on Saturday? We'll take a look at that in a moment when we return. 62-49, a final score. Lyman with the win on the Wildlife and MyLocalRadio.com. As one of the region's most visited websites, MyLocalRadio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on MyLocalRadio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit MyLocalRadio.com today to stream it all live. Back on the post-game show, Lyman with the win, 62-49. Respectable game for the Rebels. And talk about, a 13-point loss against a team like that. That's really, take my word for it, Lyman is a very good team. And this, we saw what Lyman did to Rich last year. The Rebels finished 3rd in Utah 1A basketball, and Lyman beat Rich by 28 and 27 points. So the 13-point loss tonight, not bad. Rebels will get back on the court. The girls tomorrow night at Westside. JV freshman at 4, JV at 5:30. Our varsity coverage starts just like tonight at 6:30 right here on KADQ and MyLocalRadio.com. Rebel wrestling team was scheduled to go to the Sugar Salem tournament tomorrow and Saturday, but they have opted out of that because they've already reached their maximum number of tournaments they can attend. So Rebel Wrestling has the week off as they prepare for next Saturday's regional divisional tournament at Juab High School in Nephi. That's Saturday, February 2nd. The rest of this weekend, again, Rebel girls tomorrow at Westside. Our pregame starts at 6:30. And then the Rich Middle School Royals play at Lyman, and that begins tomorrow at 8 a.m. Saturday, at the January 26th, the Rebel boys take the court in a Region 22 clash against the Mount Vernon Patriots. It's a varsity game only. Our pregame coverage starts at 4:30 right here on KADQ. Also on Saturday, the Rich Middle School Royals basketball team, the boys, will be at Big Piney, and games begin at 10 a.m. And the University of Wyoming Cowboys and Cowgirls are in action versus the Boise State Broncos. The Cowgirls at home in the AA, tip-off at 2 p.m. The Cowboys on the road at Taco Bell Arena in Boise. Tip-off also at 2 p.m. That's what's coming up the rest of this weekend here on KADQ and in Rich County Sports and Activities. That'll do it. That'll wrap up our post-game coverage here on KADQ and MyLocalRadio.com. Again, our final score on the Stacy's Repair scoreboard. The Lyman Eagles 62, the Rebels from Rich 49, a 13-point loss. Rich finishes, Allie Wallenstein led the way with 13. McKenna Stacy had 12. 7 other Rebels scored, but just not quite enough, and Lyman wins 62-49. Join us again tomorrow night when the Rebels have a rematch with the Westside Pirates. Rich beat Westside here in Randolph back on November 29th. Almost 2 months later, it's the rematch in Westside. Tomorrow evening, our pregame starts at 6:30 right here on KADQ and MyLocalRadio.com. For tonight's videographer, Van Cornea, our producer, Jordan Bowie back in the studio, I'm Ryan Steineckert, and we'll talk with you again soon. Thanks for tuning in.
You've been tuned into Rich High School basketball on Rebel Radio, KADQ FM 98.3, with live video stream online at MyLocalRadio.com. Today's broadcast has been brought to you by these Rebel supporting businesses and individuals: Pet Mineral Labs, Plains Tire, MyLocalRadio.com, Jensen Wood Motors of Montpelier, Idaho, the Bear Lake Convention and Visitors Bureau, Auto Farm Castle Rock Chevrolet, by Westar Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, Cash Honda Yamaha in Logan, Evanston Regional Hospital, and by Rocky Mountain Yeti. The proceedings have been a wholly owned production of Old West Media, no portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the aforementioned rights holder. Our executive producer is Val Cook. We thank our office manager, Kayleen Anderson, and our sales manager, Julie Burley, along with KNYN Sports Director, Jake Hibbard, Bridger Valley Sports Director, Sean Bennett, and production assistants, Jordan Bowie, Preston Bush, and A.J. Lamb. Biggest thanks of all to our sponsors and to you for tuning in. We invite you to visit MyLocalRadio.com for archived games and past interviews with Rebel players and coaches. Thank you for joining us on this presentation of Rich Rebel Basketball on KADQ FM 98.3 and online at MyLocalRadio.com. Until the next time the ladies take the court, go Rebels!